was, as far as like a heel on touch type of thing.
Yeah. Okay, so there we go. We are back. We are live once again with more of Modern Age Heroes. The Legacy, I was about ready to say day tripping, but dimension tripping through the cosmos as of this point. So we have a couple people out, and we need somebody to do. Actually, that would be Davey is not out.
Nope.
So Davey is here, and Davey will give us a movie phone announcement from the notes previously.
Yep.
All right. Gotta get those pipes tuned.
Yeah. Last time on Modern Age Heroes, the Legacy went dimension hopping, looking for their older brother. On Earth Prime, the team spoke with Stephen P. New to address Jack's citizenship issue before deciding to go dimension hopping in search of Hyperion. The first step was an alternate reality known as Peace Through Control, where they emerged into the Utah Salt Flats via Black Mass's portal. There, Heat Phantom Shone established a relay system. Heat Phantom scouted ahead while Shone teleported the group. Lightbringer activated the crown to enable mental communication, and as Heat Phantom pushed forward, he reached Highway 80. Exhausted, Lightbringer cloaked the team and flew up for reconnaissance, spotting an industrial facility with components suitable for building a dimensional scanner. The team broke into the facility, committing a bit of light crime, while Xenofreeze monitored the guard and discovered that through TV, the world had recently survived the Skyfall War, and that the U.S. was now the planet's sole superpower, with an SPB military force known as the Omega Division. After successfully retrieving the needed parts, the team hotwired a van, more crime, and headed towards Strongford, Colorado. Along the way, they tuned into news broadcasts, learning about Omega's division's enforcers, Dr. Hurricane and Nightshade, and the war's legacy, including a major commemoration in Chicago. Upon arriving into the alternate version of Strongford, now called Wrangley, low on gas, they stopped in at a loafing jug. Lightbringer chatted with the cashier and used illusion to conjure enough local currency for a full tank. Crime again! Meanwhile, their dimensional scanner pinged. Hyperion's energy signature was close, within a 10-mile radius. And that is what happened last time on Modern Age Heroes.
So I will leave it back up to you guys as of this point. We literally left off in the middle of the scene. We know exactly where you guys are at and just where you guys are leaving from. You're in Wrangley, Colorado, just outside the Loafin' Jug.
Okay, so we are following the signal now that we have gas and snacks. So,
after committing crime.
Shh. So, so I come back to the car and I mention my conversation with the gas station attendant. Apparently there's SPB by the name of Black Arsenal.
That's
kind of
strange.
Local celebrity.
Who would name themselves after
I know,
color
weird, right?
And weapons? That's strange.
Super weird. But they she said there's been some super fight downtown and that the traffic is probably bad. Do we want to avoid that, I assume?
Is the ping going towards downtown?
Let's look at the signal.
Sure. As far, I'm not going to make you roll for it because you guys have already been kind of looking at it. It's in it's that direction, but it's not definitive currently. Basically it's picking up at this point like you've got a signal, and you're probably going to need to continue going east to find it. Doesn't mean you have to go straight through downtown. You could always, hit a country road or something and go around or something to help figure out like where you need to go. But it is directing you kind of east, and it's within a 10-mile radius.
In our dimension, is that going in the general vicinity of the vein?
It's in that direction, yes. You don't know if that's where it's at, but
I mean, as of right now, it could be quote unquote at the vein or in that general vicinity, but we haven't. I mean, obviously, it's not finite.
Right. Correct.
Okay.
Nothing's narrowed down, but
So let's not go through downtown. Actually, let me pull up a map of Strongford.
P.S. Jerome, it looks like we are not live on Twitch. I'm trying to pull it up our channel on Twitch, and it looks like we're offline.
Yeah, hold on one second. Hold that thought. I'm going to. I don't want to pause it. I want to because the recording is just fine. The end stream. Because I've got a feeling I was playing with the settings. I've
got a feeling.
I was streaming to some place I didn't want to stream.
Tonight's
don't cross the streams.
Good night.
Yeah, never cross the
Tonight's
streams.
gonna be a good night.
All right. Where is Loaf and Jug?
Good night.
Okay, so we want to stay off of Main Street, it looks like.
Try this again. Go live.
Take two.
No, it should be streaming directly to Twitch. So let me try this again.
Let me refresh. Maybe it is.
Oh,
Yep, it's up. now.
live now.
Okay,
Hey.
so I think I may have been accidentally streaming to some other place I was told to. So,
Streaming to the void.
but that was for World of Darkness related stuff. So now that we are back, all we have missed on Twitch is the recap. Obviously, it's not going to be a problem. You can pick it up on YouTube. It will all still be there, undiluted or whatnot. This is all. Everything here is fine. Okay, so back in game.
Everything
Go
is
ahead.
fine.
Nothing to see here.
Well, we're all fine here.
Yep.
How are you?
How are you?
Okay, so how good is our map? Do we have a screen with like overlay on it, or do we just have
that's right. The vehicle that you're in. Yes. And of course, this Wrangley, Colorado looks way smaller than your Strongford.
Are we able to look at the overlay and kind of get our bearings as far as our knowledge of Strongford?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't work like that. It just shows you like an immediate vicinity. You can't like pinch or zoom or whatnot and get the map on that screen to pull out.
Okay, so when she says downtown, we really have no way of knowing where that is.
Correct. Given the fact that this is nothing like Strongford that you remember. The only thing that the only thing that you do know is you are on Highway 64 currently, and Highway 64 does run straight through Strongford.
Okay.
So that part lines up.
Do we have street names marked on the map?
You mean on the screen?
Yeah.
For the vehicle? Just trying to make sure. Because you do not...
Yes.
The device that you have does not give you any of that. It's just literally a tracker trying to give you where the signal.
So we have the device and we have the vehicle's
The GPS thingy.
GPS.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on the GPS, are there street names
Yes.
labeled? Okay, and
But again, it's only in your immediate vicinity.
yeah, we can't. Okay, are we seeing anything that's okay? Are they numbered streets like in Phoenix, or are they just random names?
Their names.
Okay. Do we see one that says Main Street?
Yes, you
or
do.
Center.
Main Street.
Okay, so
Also
maybe
also known as Highway 64.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Can we
You guys go ahead and plan. I'll be right back. Sorry, 1 second.
So avoid Main Street at all costs.
I was about to
Yeah. Okay.
I was about to ask maybe we should get off the highway and try to take side roads
Okay.
if the side roads are going to take us there, which we don't know. But
I mean, if there's a big pile up or something blocking our way, we should be able to kind of see it far off and take a turn if we need to, right?
I mean,
not kind
I
of
hope
stuck
so,
somewhere.
but you know how sometimes you get to a backup on the freeway and you're like half a mile from the next exit, but also it takes you an hour and a half to get that half a mile.
Yeah.
And a highway is not quite the same as a freeway.
Yeah, because the highway going through town ends up becoming just a street anyway.
Yeah.
I'm
Avoid
trying to.
Main Street, get off highway, take side roads, can't see blockades from a distance. Sounds like a good plan. I will distribute the snacks.
Right. One snack.
Some peanut W&Ws.
I always used to call them that.
I think we can do it. I think if we take South White Avenue to Middle Street and then take Mesa Drive north to Ridge Road and then take Ridge Road, please tell me it connects somewhere, to Kennedy Drive, and ooh, that's going to be a long way. But we're trying to avoid downtown, so oh well. I don't know if you guys got the Wrangley, Colorado map up.
I just pulled it up because it just occurred to me that maybe that would be useful.
Are you like pulling it up like real life?
Yeah, on Google.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Actually, let me put it
And
in
we are headed east, right?
Yep.
Moosehead Lodge.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. What do we do if and when the police stop us?
2 weeks.
Suggestions?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
I could do that too.
Well,
It
Peel
doesn't
off
sound
my
like
face and just have the same face underneath it. What?
it doesn't sound like this reality is as kind as ours back home. So
Yeah, we definitely want to avoid if we can.
does anybody here have powers that let them kind of cloud the mind?
Beyond the women's beauty, no. I do not believe anybody here affects the mind.
I can whammy them, but that's an attack, and that's going to make them mad. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, and if we attack the police here, it sounds like there is a superhero team which would be very upset should we be flagrant against the law. Unlike other dimensions, which were very lenient on the person who attacked the police.
Guys, I don't think Heat Phantom's going to let that go. That the guy did that to the cop. I think he's just saying. But
I am just pointing out that there are superhero teams that operate within the law, and then there are vigilante teams which operate outside the law, and then there are military operations which do not take the law into account.
I would hope that due to the turmoil downtown, that a car taking a detour should not be something out of sorts.
You know what? Yeah. I think we should. Yeah.
I believe that anybody trying to cross town or come through town, as we are, would be doing the same.
if we get pulled over, they're going to talk to the driver.
Mhm.
So who's going to drive? Because that person's going to be the one talking to the cops.
Who did we currently have driving? I can't remember.
I think you got Red Arsenal driving.
Okay, I know it wasn't me because I was in the back with the thing.
Do we mean Black Arsenal?
Yeah.
No, he is not driving.
Yo, what if he? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, just make sure that you stay at the speed limit so that
Mhm.
we seem less suspicious.
Okay.
Would it behoove us to possibly have somebody else other than Red Arsenal in the limelight in the event that we are pulled over?
If he looks anything like Black Arsenal, yeah, that might be weird.
Exactly. If there's if his dimensional doppelganger, if they look the same, then that could be a very large problem. He may be
could also
arrested on
perhaps work
site,
in our
and we
favor.
would be accomplices.
I mean, if somebody wants, I don't know if any of you are a good candidate for that. If one of you wants to man the signal, maybe I could switch and drive.
Out of
I
character,
can.
who has good agility? Besides me. Oh,
1, 2, 3, not it.
All
Mine's
right.
pretty
Sounds like I'm okay. Sounds like I'm going to be the driver. All right, that's fine.
Well,
We'll
what do
just
you
play-
define as good?
Not, I mean, above good.
Yeah. More chance than not to.
Phantom's
to
rather
agree.
amazing at agility.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
How have you? What are the driving conventions in New Prussia? Are they the same? Like traffic?
In fairness, out of character, keep in mind, New Prussia is only 4-ish years old, maybe. It's not as if regular vehicles suddenly got wiped from everybody's mind.
I was just thinking, like, if traffic conventions are different there than they are here, then maybe it
Do you
would
mean
be
like driving on different sides of the road, like that sort of thing?
Yeah, that sort of
Okay.
thing. I don't
So-
know. Do they have speed limits in kilometers?
Yeah. It's all very European. So they would be on the wrong side of the road, using kilometers, that sort of thing. So
Well, then it sounds like Heat Phantom. Do you think you'd be willing and able to do the driving and the talking if we get pulled over?
I can certainly drive a vehicle. I'm very capable in that regards. However, my accent may be slightly noticeable.
True. We are in America, so they might not be as against that, but you got a point.
I forgot we had what's his name in the car with us.
Jack?
Jim.
Jim.
Is his name Jim?
Yes, it is.
Jake.
Is it?
Jake.
It's not Jake.
Jake.
It was Jake because it was Jake from State Farm.
Oh,
Did I say Jack?
Yep.
I did say
No,
Jack.
no. I listed it with that was a fair side sort of thing for me instead of Fairview. I had it written down correctly, and I was remembering it wrong. So
Is it Jake?
it is Jake, because the joke
Okay.
was Jake from State Farm.
Yeah.
Jake could man the signal.
Let me change.
And I
that.
could
And then
drive.
you drive.
Does that sound okay?
That works.
What do you think, Jake? You up to it?
You want me to man the signal to the thing I helped build?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that. That's an easy sell.
Sounds good. How about we pull over and make that happen now?
Okay.
Scramble.
Yeah. So don't need to role play it
Okay.
out. You guys pull over. You do
Okay.
the Chinese fire drill around the van.
Perfect.
Change
How
things
big
around.
of a vehicle is it, van-wise?
Well, you guys ended up taking one of those. I forget what they're, but they're like U-Haul trucks.
Like the box truck.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, box truck. So everybody else is basically going to be sitting in the back, uncomfortably, with the two people potentially sitting up front.
I believe I will be most effective if I ride on top.
On top of the car?
Yes.
Okay. Any objections?
No objections. But
Yeah,
if they have SPBs,
Jake raises his hand.
yeah.
That would raise some significant suspicions.
Well, no, can't he phantom disappear?
I believe
if he
I can
can-
remain undetected.
Why do you want to be on top? Like, so you can just see everything, or what exactly?
Mostly, yes, because everyone will be in the back of the truck. If there's anything that happens, we will have no warning.
Okay.
All right. I mean, they got SPBs here too, so there might be a counter, but
What do you
don't know.
think, Lightbringer? Technically your call.
I think nobody would really think to look there, but out of character, I can't remember if he, like you said, can he go invisible?
He has a talent for blending, so when he remains still, he becomes predator-like.
You're like the Predator,
Okay. All right.
kind of, sort of.
Is it like physically still, or like would the movement of the car negate that?
When he remains still.
Okay.
So
Okay. Sounds fine to me. So we'll wait for him to get in position.
Okay.
So Phantom will use his tactical adhesion gel to have a good handhold up on top, and
Okay.
just basically ride low profile, but keeping sentry, keeping aware of the horizon and watching the skies for flying SPBs and those kinds of
Sure.
things.
Okay.
Hey, so I will start driving. So our plan is to get off the highway and try and take side roads towards the signal.
Okay, 1 second. Okay. So which way are you guys going to get off the main highway? You going north or south?
North, because it looks like the bulk of the town is south of the freeway
Yes.
highway. So that's probably more where downtown is.
Okay, so then you get off immediately onto Redwood Lane, and then start trying to make a wide turn, I guess, around the city. Puts you on a dirt road that leads to Rodeo Road.
Great. All right. Drive, drive, drive.
Speed limit. Cruise control. Don't forget the
Okay.
cruise control.
Okay, so yeah, we'll go down Rodeo Drive and a Rodeo Road.
A rodeo doe.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. Okay. Well, Rodeo Road is technically a road. Pretty dirty. Doesn't look like it's been brushed off. I mean, there's asphalt there, obviously, but it doesn't look like it's been blown off in a while. It does go along the north side, outskirts of the town. And if you just keep following it around, eventually it's coming up to a fork in the road. You're not entirely sure where it's going to go, because the map is kind of like rotating a little bit, trying to figure out where you're going. You can see that there's a road that ends up going further north, and there's one that goes south. The one that goes south is still marked as Rodeo Road.
On the east side of town?
Going towards the east side of town, yes. In this area, if you guys are following along on the map, if you're not, then I can describe that. There's more trees over in this area, so it's more of like a country road at this point.
Okay. We will continue.
Well, you're at a fork, so if you're going to continue going straight, that's going to complicate things.
Rude.
I'm just trying to remind you.
Yeah, we'll take the right-hand fork.
Okay, so you're going to go a little bit south then, down Rodeo Road.
Yeah.
Which is going to lead you into kind of an opening. Looks like there may have been some oil rigs out there at one point in time. They're not in operation, or I should say not oil rigs, but oil pumps. It's a pretty flat surface. Looks like there is more of a dirt road that breaks off and continues going out and around. It's not listed on any map. Rodeo Road becomes Nichols Avenue at that point. Like it just kind of merges into it seamlessly as you come up on this open area that had the two oil pumps. It's still, I mean, it's dirt and low lying bushes and scrub grass out in this area, but Nichols Avenue, very clearly from where you're looking, if you can't continue to follow it, it's going to take you on the back side of the town.
Okay, how are we on the signal?
It is getting. Jake indicates to you that it's getting much warmer.
All right, so
So you're definitely relatively heading in the right direction. If he had to guess as he's trying to tune it in, you're gonna have to go south some.
okay. We'll take Nichols south.
Alrighty. I lost my place. Where did we go? There we go. So eventually Nichols Avenue drops back out onto Rangley Avenue, and you can see that it's a housing community out here. And you can go further out on Rangley based on the map, or you could continue going south, heading towards what appears to be Main Street. Or you could try and just take it out on dirt roads.
What does the signal indicate?
The signal is still very similar because you haven't even traveled a block yet.
Oh. I think still south. Thoughts?
It looks like we're gonna hit Main Street. So, if we believe that we've passed most of the town and we're safe, we can hit Main Street and go east and then go south again. We can also take some of these dirt roads. It's going to be uncomfortable for everybody, but maybe safer.
I cannot see, but is there any significant traffic flow as others are trying to divert themselves from the commotion downtown?
Oh, yeah. He found him. What do you see?
Oh, yeah, good question.
Not from here. I mean, this is a sleepy little town. So you guys are right on the very edge of what appears to be a neighborhood.
Has there been any commotion in the distance that's discernible?
No, not as far as you can tell. You can see that there's a bit of smoke that's coming up from someplace now downtown. So something clearly happened, but it's more white smoke at this point.
In our direction of travel, would that be back towards the west where we came from, or more towards the east where we were planning to go?
You've completely circumnavigated it, just all the way around.
So over the comms, there is perhaps a large plume of smoke back along the distance that we came in the Main Street area. We would have to turn back west to encounter it. We have passed it.
Are we trying to go there, or were we trying to actually... Was that the thing we were trying to get around? I mean, we're just trying to head to wherever the tracker's pointed, right?
If we had continued on Route 64 Main Street, we would have encountered the smoke. So we have gone past it.
So we're good then. We're gravy. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So it looks like we can get back on Main Street and go east.
So is that what everybody's going to do then? Just kind of continue a more natural progression instead of trying to off-road?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So from there, you kind of pull out. It's got, a nice two-way stop here. Actually, a one-way stop as you're coming down Nicholas. Well, Nichols Avenue becomes Nichols Street for no particular reason. Other than it curved a little, I guess. And then you head east. You start heading east down on Main Street, which is also Highway 64. It's a small slice of Americana. It's for those of you who have been in Strongford for a good bit of time, obviously not so much Black Mass. It's you didn't really spend a whole lot of time there. But for and Heat Phantom. Everybody else though, it is a little trippy. I mean, on the main strip by about this point, you would be hitting, eastern side of downtown, big buildings, parking structures, a mall, that sort of thing, and at this point you're passing up another Loaf and Jug, Nichols store, which is like a small mom and pop grocery store, a couple of old homes, one of which, actually two of which look like double wides. It's very, very different from where you guys are used to, and eventually you end up even passing up a Moose Lodge. But as you are driving out on the main road, at some point, you should be coming up on the more mountainous terrain where the vein is actually located. You do end up seeing a sign for the Rangley Airport. And in the distance, you see one of those little single-engine planes taking off in the distance. So also very, very different than what you were used to. And as you get to about, as you are coming out on Main Street, as you get to about, let's see, there is a farm out on Main Street as you're exiting the other side of this small town. The truck at this point is flashing red on the screen, and it comes to a complete stop, as if brakes have been applied.
Okay.
That's not normal.
That
Why are we stopping?
probably means that they know that the truck is missing.
This is not something of our own doing?
Jerome, I'm going to look over the dash and see if, are we overheating? Is there some kind of mechanical issue?
No. So you look at it, and it's clearly flashing security lock.
Yep.
Ooh. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I guess this is the end of the road. We're gonna have to hoof it from here.
All right.
It's gonna be difficult with our signal.
Have I been able to communicate in some way, shape, or form with my nanites?
How do you
Or is
mean?
it just obviously, somehow biologically I'm doing something with them. But
yeah, they're just a part of you. That would be like you raising up your elbow and saying hi.
oh,
Hello.
I know. Yeah. Hey, lady.
right. But I wouldn't be able to I don't have any type of I don't sense each individual one or anything else like that.
No,
Okay.
nothing like that.
Curious.
I'm gonna try the door. Does the door open?
The door is locked.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and open the door too.
Door is locked.
How about the window?
Also inoperable.
Also locked.
And it can't even be manually unlocked from
Nope.
from inside. Oh,
Nope.
oh, wow.
Make fun of the guy riding on the top now. Okay.
Okay.
Although Shone is still technically with us, is that right?
So
Okay.
so is Pulsar.
Okay.
Oh. Can we teleport to outside of the vehicle?
Yeah, you certainly can. She'll have to do it in like 2 jumps, but yeah, it's not a problem.
Okay. Let's do that.
Bamf, bamf.
Okay, so she grabs everybody who is inside the truck, in the storage
In the back.
area, the back, teleports everybody right to the outside. As you guys are standing there alongside the road, and then takes a moment and teleports the 2 of you who are inside the cab out. Jake still has the device. It's actively pinging. At this point, he says, "It looks like we're close. I just, he's like looking around. And he says, "Yeah, I don't have any idea where we're at."
I would suggest we not linger here. We do not know the response time for the
Yeah,
authority.
I would be inclined to agree.
I think we should get off the road and maybe walk through the field. I can cloak us if.
It
we should
would be best
definitely-
if Sean transported us. That way we
Oh,
live more
that is-
trackable.
That is true. Good point.
Well, Sean would then say she doesn't know anything about where you're at.
I mean, she could transport us like till the end of the road where she can see.
If that's what you would like, she can definitely go as far as her line of sight is.
That would leave no tracks around the vehicle to follow.
And then we can
Let's
figure it out
let's at
after
least
that.
do that for let's at least do that for the
Mhm.
immediate
And
Move.
are you staying alongside the road? Are you going completely off? Where are you going? Because
Let's-
if you're trying to go to the farm, there is still a decent degree of chance that you're going to blind teleport into something like a bush or a tree or farm
I'd say
equipment that you can't see.
let's just go on the road, and then we can go from there.
If I may, we
Sure.
do not want to be on the road because that is where the response will be coming from. Nor do we want to go to the farm because that is the only building that can be seen from this vehicle. So they will know to go look there. Because criminals will go to shelter to hide.
Okay, where do you suggest we go?
Immediately into like the field or some other way. I can do the same thing we did in the traveling before. I can move out ahead, create a beacon that Sean can see at a distance and know that the location is safe to teleport to. And that way we can keep them from tracking us. At least in a physical way.
I would be
Sounds
inclined to
pretty
do that.
Any objections?
Let's do it. Relay.
Okay, let's do that.
I love how, and this is not a jab at Brittany, but I love how basically you guys are all the Thermians and Lightbringer is the crew of Galaxy Quest. And so, and so basically she's just picking all of them. It's like, well, why don't we do that? Sort of thing. And you guys are basically just going, oh, no.
She's just trying to be diplomatic.
No, no. Right. No, I mean it's you. You're in character. This is out.
Right.
Give Lightbringer a chance to maybe try and build something, maybe hide something, maybe figure something out with radiation. Perfect. Put her in the role of a leader where she's never been. No, it just so she's doing what she can. It's totally in character.
Okay, good.
I was just laughing because of the parallels there. I just kept thinking about like how Tony Shalhoub's character kept, he would get like the technical data and then he would turn to his guys. He's like, so what do you think about that? and they would give him the details like, you're right. You guys are right again. This is great.
Yeah, like, great job, guys. Just really
It's exactly what we want to do.
So again, if you're looking at the map and you're not going to the farm, There are fields that you can go to on either side. If you're trying to get the furthest away from the road, however, because that means you could still technically be seen, or affected by traffic that doesn't see you if you're invisible, you may want to head south because that's the direction you kind of need to go anyways.
Okay.
And there is a bit of a berm that would help obscure if Heat Phantom goes out far enough to get like next to where the berm kind of lowers and just has you guys teleport there, then you just kind of walk around and then you're not in immediate eyesight. At least from
Sounds
anything
great.
on the ground.
Let's do that.
Okay. So, teamwork. He races out there, which isn't. It takes maybe a second or two, because it's really not that far. She teleports out in that direction, brings everybody along. Now you guys are. I mean, it's open. I mean, I guess you could call it like high desert plains in a sense, because it's got some of that low brush, wannabe trees and bushes basically. But you got that berm that's kind of protecting you visually from the road. As you guys are teleported and you get to that area, you can see faintly the outline of, because it's again a little bit of an angle. You can see the outline of what appears to be a dirt road that runs back here. And in the distance, not too terribly far away, off to the, because it's all mostly vacant, off to the southeast, you see another building, which you can see the blacktop there. So clearly, it's meant for something. And then there's some greenery behind it, like green landscape, interspersed with some trees, but it's hard to make out what it is. But the green landscape stands out against all this rough, basically.
Jerome, I've lost track of where we are on the map.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're south of the Utah Gas Group.
Do you see where the Rangley Town Shop is at on the map?
No.
Just follow Main Street, keep going east.
Is it by the Buck and Bull RV Park and Resort?
No, it's just south of the airport.
South of the airport.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I see
we're
the
much
baseball
farther.
field.
Oh.
I see the airport.
Yep.
I see the golf course.
I see the golf course.
Yeah.
Is it further south than the golf course?
Don't look at the golf course. I'm saying Rangley Town Shop is your landmark. Do you see the airport?
Yes.
See how the airport goes lengthways? Zoom in a little bit,
Yes.
and you'll see the farm, which is just west of Rangley Town Shop.
Okay.
In Earth Prime, is there an airport near the vein?
Sort of, yes. But it's much bigger.
Mine's not showing all these little things that you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't see.
You probably need to zoom in.
So if you guys see the CNCC baseball field, if you're going along the East Main,
yes,
it's okay. There's you might need to actually literally search for it. That's what I did. It's that little thing of shopping with a parking lot that's to the west of that, just north of Main Street. It's literally just off Main Street.
I see the Rio Blanco Water Conservancy District.
Rangley Town
You're
Shop.
too far east. Come back some.
Okay.
Follow mainstream back down a little bit, and you'll, from the Blanco Conservatory District, go east or west. Sorry, and you should run right into it.
There you go. Yeah, Jerome just.
Yep. There
posted
you
it
go.
in the very center of that image.
So from the Rangley Town Shop, go due south. That's the berm right there that you guys are right behind.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
You'll see how the ground kind of lifts up there.
Yep.
I still don't see the town shop.
It's Rangley Town Shop, not Town Shop.
Yeah.
If you look at the image in the chat that I just posted, it's dead center.
Yeah, it's just that thingy.
It's the little, like you see the little green lawn and the little white building
west,
right above it.
Okay, west of the baseball field.
Yeah.
Yes, west of the.
Oh,
Bristol
okay.
airfield.
So we had not passed
East.
the airport. I thought we were past the airport.
No, you were not. You saw it
Okay.
coming up.
Okay. Okay, and the farm is to the west of the town shop.
Yep.
Okay, so where did we go?
Just look due south, right across the street from Main Street. You're going to see that.
Okay, I
berm.
see the berm.
Yep.
Okay. So
you'll see that dirt road that I was referring to. You'll see that area with the blacktop and the building and the green area directly off to the right from that.
okay. Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay, so what was the question?
What are you going to do?
Where
That was the only question. I was just helping you guys find where you're at.
I cloak, right? Now we're cloak. Or we're cloaked, right?
yeah, I will cloak
Okay.
us.
Okay. Give me a psyche check. Because there's a bunch of you.
Opening Discord.
Okay. My phone is catching up to my computer.
Green.
Okay.
Nice.
So you were able to make everybody invisible. So really
Indivisible.
So really,
Let's
at this
go.
point, it's up to you where you want to go. You can go further down into the high desert plains area you got there. You can go over to the building, which, for out of character references, is the Cedar Ridges golf course. Your characters don't know that yet, but that's the landmark. Your ping is kind of going over that direction.
Okay, so I know you said let's not do follow the road, but if we go in the dirt, they'll see our footprints a lot more than if we go on the road. Thoughts?
Well, yes, but my suggestion would be that, or was that the authorities, if they were operating vehicles, wheeled vehicles, they would be traveling along the road. You say we are cloaked, so perhaps we would not stand out as a group of people walking on foot away from a stolen vehicle. But that was my suggestion, not to travel along the road, because that is what the authorities will be doing as well, unless they're flying in aircraft and they would come from any direction.
If we were off the road, then it would be harder to track us anyway, because one random singular set of footprints, even though they might be able to discern that we are teleporting, they would not know which direction we are going.
And I mean, the sooner we get to the thing, the sooner we can figure out what we need and then just get out of this dimension, right?
Yeah.
Because Shone will be able to teleport us directly to my ship.
Should we just continue to do the line of sight thing?
I think so.
Been working so far.
And we're cloaked, so we're as protected as I guess we can be.
Okay, so we'll just
Ta-da.
do short jumps in the direction of the ping,
Okay.
and if we overshoot
Yay.
the track,
So if you're heading over to that direction, you will teleport into the parking lot of the Cedar Ridge Golf Course. There are a couple
Okay.
cars here currently, although not many, so maybe about 3 or 4. So doesn't look like they have brought in a whole lot of business here as of yet, which could work to your favor. The ping is very active, according to Jake. He says we are nearby. But unfortunately, I can't get a direct fix on it. So, do we start looking for clothing that stands out?
Where we are right now, what buildings and stuff is immediately around us?
You've got the main clubhouse, And you have what appears to be like a maintenance shop or something in that vicinity.
Does your sensing device give an altitude reading as well?
No.
Hmm.
Well, I think Jake has a point. At this point, like, if we can't use the device to find it, we just have to literally look, unless somebody else has some tracking power that can find certain clothes or whatever. Anybody?
Let me check. No,
I
don't
can
think-
do it quickly, but I'm not sure what I would be looking for.
Right. Well-
we couldn't rewire the machine to be like a sweeper, could we?
At that point, Jake's like, I mean, we might be able to, but at this point, we're in the wrong dimension. Do you really want to go playing around with the device if we mess it up?
It was just a suggestion.
I understand. I don't
Okay.
normally do this. I'm just saying, I don't know if you'd want to start rebuilding a boat if you're in the middle of the ocean, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it worth the risk? Kind of sounds like no.
It's just a needle in a haystack thing.
Yep.
Well, he looks around. He says, it's a golf course. I mean, if it's on the green, it's going to kind of stand out, right?
Yeah, because we're looking for probably a piece of his clothing or something that looks like his uniform that would have gone with the boot or whatever it was.
Does your device give a more approximate distance? You were saying 10 miles earlier. Can we tell?
We are within
1
the
mile?
radius. We are within the radius. Where it's at, I don't know.
What is the radius right now?
Right. The radius is a total of 10 miles at this point. It's saying we're on top of it. I don't have a specific fix that tells me if it's 100 feet or if it's 1 mile from here right now.
No one else here can fly, right? I mean, I guess Pulsar
What?
can.
Pulsar
But,
can, yeah.
Yeah.
But Pulsar can't cloak himself.
yeah, for RP purposes, that's not really feasible. Is there someplace that everyone could take cover, or like? So I thought maybe I could, like, just fly up a little ways and scout from the air, but I don't know if I can do that at the same time as cloaking everyone else.
I wanted to take a look at the shed.
And it's still like nighttime out, Jerome? No,
I think
okay,
it's like
so it's daytime.
dawn.
It's morning time at this point. You're looking at about
Oh, okay.
9 in the morning.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha.
And there are some cars here, so
Yes.
that looks like the golf course is starting to ramp up for business.
Can I do an empathy check to sweep to see where the people would be?
You sure can.
Psyche?
Intuition. Since you're trying to do a sweep.
Okay.
And your empathy is going to give you basically the range you can go. What is your empathy anyways?
My empathy is EX20.
Okay.
And I rolled a yellow.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, feasibly, that's probably going to blanket the course.
Nice.
Okay.
So you pick up some emotion on the course. Not strong, so maybe one or two people out there golfing. And the rest of it seems to be originating from the clubhouse.
Okay, so I will indicate directionally.
Mm-hmm.
There's a empathic presence in the clubhouse, and also in a little bit in this direction. So those are the areas you're going to want to be careful.
Okay.
Are we going to split up? And if we do that, are we going to be visible then?
Yeah. Until I do my sweep and come back, yeah. I mean, if you're all in different directions, then yeah, I can't cloak you all at the same time.
All right. Well, I guess sounds like then if anybody finds a weird piece of Hyperion suit, let everybody else know where we're at.
Okay, keep it to the crown. I mean, not that we'd hear you otherwise.
So at that point, Jake says, I see a couple trees out there on one of the greens. I'm going to take the device and stay under that and try to stay out of sight.
Sounds good.
I can perhaps run a search pattern on the open ground and cover the area.
Makes sense. With your speed, that'd probably work well.
That's a great idea. Anyone else got a special idea?
Well, no, I was just gonna check the shed.
I think that's a great idea too.
I'm going to stick out like a sore thumb wherever I go, so I guess I'm just going to look around the buildings and see if I find a random piece of clothing there.
I will accompany Red Arsenal, just in case we do not have the ability to get in the shed. I can.
I think that perhaps the clothing will be found in some kind of storage area. I will still run the pattern, but it occurs to me that if we are in a public place where people walk around all the time, this clothing is going to have been out and about for some time. So most likely someone encountered it and picked it up and put it away somewhere.
Put it in a lost and found, so to speak.
Or
Possibly.
in a locker, if they thought it was
Yes.
theirs or something. Yeah, good point. Okay.
It's a good suggestion. Okay, ready? Break?
Ready, break, go.
Okay, so I'll fly up in cloak and start scanning from the air.
Okay.
Is there a stealth action I can do?
If you're attempting to stay quiet or walk stealth, if you're
Yeah.
racing around, that's not going to count. But
Right.
if you are trying to stay stealthy, it's an agility check.
No.
If you have stealth, then you're one column shift up to your agility.
Oh, okay. Write down stealth. My pen doesn't work anymore. I can't take notes. Oh no! Come on, pen. All right, whatever. What is my dealio? Let's go, greens.
Is this dry dirt? Or is it?
Do you mean on the greens, or do you mean on the grounds around it?
Yeah, the grounds around it.
Yeah.
It's like kind of desertish.
Yep. Very dry.
Well, I'm trying to walk along with Red Arsenal, so
So are you attempting to be stealthy?
I guess.
It's a yes or no question. If you're not, then his stealth roll is moot.
Right. I will attempt to be stealthy-ish. So you said it was agility?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I am sneaky.
Oh dang.
I rolled a 93.
Red feet.
Nice.
Okay. So,
Red
we
Arsenal
have
doesn't even know I'm there.
so
Mhm.
we've got Red Arsenal and Xenofreeze checking out the maintenance area. We have aerial reconnaissance by Lightbringer. Where exactly are you checking, Dale?
Like, because he's going to be seen pretty much where he goes. So, he's going to head into the clubhouse to see if there's like lost and founds or places where they would store clothes.
Okay. Are you gonna attempt to sneak in? Because you are big and gray, and you are clearly inhuman looking.
Yeah, I mean it's daytime. He'll try, since everyone else is trying to be stealthy. I guess
Okay.
he'll try that too. Okay, agility. Boom. Oops. That's a big nope. White feet.
All right.
It's a bad time to practice your one-man band.
He had an
I have a bad
audience.
feeling about this.
Figured he'd take a shot.
He's like,
Oh wait, sneaky. Dang it.
breaks out his baritone sax, and he's like, dunna, 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 dunna. It's like, what? This is sneaky music.
Right.
And he's got his own soundtrack. So
Okay.
glad I was unconscious for this.
So, those of you who are looking around, give me an intuition check, and I will deal with those who have failed stealth checks accordingly. Matt, why don't you? You're looking around. Obviously, you're not doing stealth checks, but give me an intuition check as you are combing the grounds.
I got to yellow. Oh, I rolled higher than my other one, and I got a yellow.
Green.
Nice.
Yellow.
Nice.
So everybody's finding stuff. Okay, so Matt, we'll start with you. As you are racing around, you find the two who are out there doing their thing, right? Hitting golf balls, and they have, they've got a golf cart that they're going around. Oh, pardon me. On. So you spot them, so you know to keep away from them. That's not that big of a deal. You can tell from your circular pattern of the grounds. You can see where they've got a pond to double as a water hazard towards the north. Of course, you can see all this on the map. There is a road that kind of goes around it out in this area because it is ranch land. And they've got some animals at the far end of this particular field that is adjacent, or not field, but course that is adjacent to the golf course itself. So Black Mass, what'd you get?
Let's see here. Was this for trying to find things?
Yep.
I wasn't sure that everyone was doing that. Okay, cool. Let me try that.
Well, that's what you were trying to do, right?
Everybody's doing it.
I mean, even though you're not stealthy, you're still trying to find something.
Okay, gotcha. Then it's red feet.
Oh wow, okay. So as you slip in to the back side where it said employees only to the the main golf course house. So as you are walking in, you can hear the water running in the back for probably one of the cooks or something And as you literally as you come walking in, you knock something over, like just right off the bat. And it wasn't just like a golf club or something, like you accidentally hit a tray of golf balls. So so it goes over, tilts, tank, and then tank, and then several tees like hit the ground, sort of thing. And you and basically you were in. So as you walked in, you walked right past what was the club, like a. I am sorry, guys. You walk right past a closet that had some supplies in it for the clubhouse, and of course that got knocked over. So as you turn and look real quick, you can see somebody immediately start walking down the hallway towards where you're at. This back end of the clubhouse looks like it may have been at one point like used for the back end of the clubhouse, where people might have thrown darts or whatnot, because it looks like there were some screens set up at one point in time, but it's all just been blocked off by boards or screens, like where windows were, so they just kind of boarded it up. So it's like it has kind of a back patio feel that it may no longer be in use for one reason or another. Despite how big you are, there is an opportunity for you to try and hide behind some of the diligently stacked chairs that are here.
We're gonna go for that. Let's try it out.
Basically it's just like two fold-up tables kind of leaning up against a wall, and then there's like two rows of stacked chairs. If you hunker down hard enough and try to make yourself like ball up as best as possible, you may be able to conceal your presence.
Okay. That is what he will try. Let's see here. If I wanted to get at least a green, I need 41. How much do I have? He's got 40.
My eyes are closed. You can't see me. My eyes are closed. You can't see me.
Perfect. That's what I do. No, I'm just joking. No, yeah. So he's going to spend 20 karma for this hiding roll of his own karma. Green feet.
Okay. So you are pulling yourself together and staying as closed off as possible back here. Hopefully nothing rolls over in your direction and whatnot. So you are hiding.
Right.
Lightbringer. So your vantage point in the air, obviously there's not much to worry about. You've got yourself successfully cloaked. You can see Heat Phantom making his rounds around the track. He looks like he's safe and secure. You end up seeing the people that he spots who are out on the golf course. From your vantage point, however, you can tell that there is some sort of police unit already out on the highway where you guys had dropped off, the vehicle had forcibly stopped.
On the network, I'll say, hey guys, I think we should be extra careful. It looks like there's a police car heading to our vehicle. You might want to make yourself scarce from any people.
Working on it, he says via the crown.
Hobson's stack of chairs. Working on it.
Acknowledged.
Okay.
Almost.
Those of you who are walking over to the maintenance shed,
Mhm.
which is Red Arsenal and Xenofreeze, who are doing basically Xenofreeze turns himself into some gray looking ninja thing and just like stealthily
As I
mirroring
step
Red
down,
Arsenal.
I'm like absorbing the earth in the same time, so like there's no sound.
Nice.
No,
Yeah.
you just become Red Arsenal Shadow.
Oh.
Yo.
So you're just all and as he moves, you move just
Nice.
Yeah.
So you guys get up to the shed, no problem. There is a car parked out in front, and the door to the shed, it's a shed, but it's like one of those big ones. It's not, when I say shed, it's not like the small ones. It's like the, I forget what they
It's
call
a maintenance
it, but-
shed, almost like a small barn.
Yeah. So
Is it
that's,
locked?
that's literally what it's like. But the door is actually open. There are fluorescent lights that are on the inside, so it's not dark by any means. You don't
Right.
hear or see anybody as you guys come walking up to the front. You can tell that this is where they keep several of their golf carts that they need to work on, to get repaired or aren't currently rented. So they've got that kind of lined up here. They have another section. There's obviously some other things that they may need to work on here, like around the clubhouse or whatnot, that they would bring in to work on this. And then off in a corner, actually very diligently and meticulously kept, are like a dozen or so loaner bags for people that want to do the course but don't have their own clubs. And so there's loaner golf clubs in them as well. And as loaners, like some have like, Crown Royal bags on top of them, or like an old sock, on top of one of the drivers, that sort of thing. As you guys are looking around, however, Red Arsenal, you spot one of which has a boot hanging off of it.
A
Das
boot. What? Does it look similar to the boot we're looking for?
When you look down at your boot, it's a little bit bigger, but it looks like the same type of brand,
Okay,
or at least design.
I'm gonna go over and pick it up and grab it and show Xenofreeze. And just kind of get like a confirmation, like, is this his boot?
Look like his boot.
It looks like his boot. Is there any I forget the term, like a tag or like an emblem or something that would signify it's from the Legacy?
Unfortunately, no.
Did he write his name in it? Like
Right, yeah.
like,
We
like
had-
in the
we
back of his
had-
undies?
In crayon.
Yep, in crayon. Yep.
Did our boots match the same color as the rest of our uniform?
Yes,
And it's the same color.
correct.
This might be a match.
safe bet.
Okay.
We can-
Yeah. We can what?
I can carry that.
Okay.
So that way,
I'll put it in his tummy. Just like,
he's like, hand it to me.
Okay.
That's not weird.
Not weird at all. Okay, so Black Mass, as you are on the inside, literally, of the clubhouse at this point,
Yeah.
you hear some guy curse in Spanish as he starts picking things up, and you can hear the golf balls start getting picked up like individually at this point, like
Yeah.
grabbed off the floor. Then you hear, Brittany, yes, gasps in Spanish. So, Black Mass, as you're sitting there, and you faintly hear central air and heating kick on. The air conditioning kind of kicks on and starts blowing out some wind. The guy's, picking up some things, and you hear some cursing at this point coming from the front of the clubhouse. And you hear this, ha 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 ha, read 'em and weep, aces and eights. And then you hear, some other guys are cursing. It's like, yeah, just whatever. And there's some banter back and forth, and it sounds like these guys are getting kind of taken for their money. They're not doing well with with whatever it is that they have, whatever they're doing. If it's aces and eights, and they're probably playing poker.
Right. Okay.
5-card stud. But then you end up hearing some guy, like, he curses him out, and he ends up saying, damn you, Spectrum, He says, "Ain't no one that lucky." And so then you end up hearing like the chair kind of slide a second. And you end up hearing, then you hear, presumably whoever Spectrum is. You hear this, "I don't remember my name, but I remember the color purple and what it sounds like when doves cried." And so at that point, like everyone, and there was like this silence at this point, and then he's like, "I'm just pulling your leg. Come on, guys, lighten up, lighten up. Spectrum's here. Come on."
So after hearing that, Black Mass over the Crown network, he's going to be like, "Okay, heads up, everybody. There might be an SPB named Spectrum within the clubhouse. I'm hiding right now. He's playing cards with others, but with a name like that, not quite sure what he's capable of, but just heads up."
Understood. Hey, we found a boot that looks very similar, so we'll be heading back.
Okay. Where should we meet?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good question. The police are on the road. Spectrum's in the clubhouse. We're in the maintenance shed.
Okay, should we head to the shed and then skedaddle?
Do we have a way of making absolutely sure that's his boot? Or do we need to head back to scan it with some other device?
Mm,
I would like to scan it because I'm not
yeah,
sure.
Maybe we could
Yeah.
bring it to the scanner.
Yeah. Well, since Jake is presumably connected to the Crown network as well.
He is, yeah, we did that.
So he says, "Yeah, if you just bring it here, I'm out on the green,
All right.
so we can
Okay.
confirm it."
All right.
Uh,
Everyone meet up
Yeah.
at Jake's then, I guess.
I can, if you all get together, I can cloak us together on our way out there. How far is the shed from the golf?
So if you look at the map, it's
Yeah,
right.
which one is?
It's actually the shed that he's near is right by the pool, or the pool, but the pond.
The pond.
You absolutely cannot miss it if you're looking at the golf course.
Oh, yeah. There's that big water feature. It's the big old,
Yep, you'll see.
Yeah.
kind
just
of weird looking pond.
Yep, you'll just see a small gray building there. And actually,
Oh, that. Okay. 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 And where's Jake hold up?
if you zoom in, you'll see that there's a little building, like right next to that pond.
Yeah, little rectangular.
Jake is at the building.
Yep,
And wait, and then wait. So where's the shed?
that's the shed.
I thought
Jake said he was going to hang out by the
by a
tree.
tree.
Yeah. The trees by that shed.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Oh,
All right.
okay. Well then, okay. So
See, I'm trying to keep this simple, and then I guess it's too simple.
Well, like when you said you
So-
had originally said, like the way that you had described it, it sounded like the tree that he was going to was somewhere else. You didn't originally say it was right by the shed. is
Yeah,
what-
no, it's right there.
okay.
so everybody meet up with him then, and then we get cloaked and figure it out. Oh, speaking of which, hey, Lightbringer, if you could come by the clubhouse, I'm kind of
Yeah.
hiding behind a stack of chairs.
I was about to ask, did you need extraction?
Yeah, that'd be great if you could
Okay.
help out somehow.
Yeah, that'd be great.
On my way. Okay, so I will head to the clubhouse and try and find
So Red Arsenal and Xenofreeze are going to sneak across.
Yep.
I take it then. Okay, give me stealth checks.
Stealth.
Lightbringer walks in. Ollie oxen free.
Lightbringer just kicks down the door like the Kool-Aid man.
Oh yeah.
Boom, baby.
Oh yeah. Stealth. Which one was that one? That was agility, right?
Yep.
Green feet.
Green feet. We're
Okay.
both gringos. Green goes.
Gringos.
1
So
feet, 2 feet.
you
1 feet,
guys,
3 feet.
despite how you look, are
Right.
doing a pretty good job of sticking to trees or cover, where you can find it, and slowly starting to make your way across that the rough there, as well as some trees, and making your way out to where that pond is at.
Nice.
Heat Phantom, why don't you go ahead and are you just? I mean, you know where the people are. Yeah, I'm not even gonna make you roll. You know where they're at, so you don't have to be. As long as you're out of their line of sight, you're fine.
Yeah, leading into my tactical armor, I've got the motion detectors and everything, so I can kind of
So you're
gauge
good.
where they are and just avoid them.
Okay, so you are good. So it's just Black Mass and Lightbringer. So Black Mass. So as you are sitting there, you end up hearing something slap down to the table on the inside of there, and he says, "All right, I'm out this round. I'm gonna drain the main vein." And you hear them go like, "Oh, all right, whatever, Spectrum." And then like you can hear the footsteps walking towards you,
Mm.
and then the door open up. And then the noise.
He was holding it for a long time. He's still going.
So if you've seen Revenge of the Nerds 2, there is a scene where Ogre walks into this room, and these guys are monologuing about how they're going to wreck the day for the nerds who are there in Miami, Florida, where it is. And the whole scene is like 3 minutes long or so, and Ogre's in the background going pee the whole time. That's basically the ongoing joke. It's just they got him standing up like next to a wall.
Yeah.
And you can just hear him going and going and going, and like at about the 3 minute mark, he turns around and joins him in the hot tub or something like that. So yeah.
Nerds. Gosh.
So anyways, yeah, it's something like that. Lightbringer, how are you sneaking in? Obviously, you're not seen. You are stealth. How are you planning on being quiet about it?
It's just like a regular door, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, all the doors in here are regular doors. It just depends on how you want to get in. If you're getting into the employee entrance, basically the back door, the way Black Mass came, yeah, it's literally just opening up and walking in. But it's a matter of how quiet can you be, because obviously visually no one can see it, but it's going to look really weird if the door opens for no reason.
Are there any windows open?
Not in the back here. However, if you walk off to the side, there is, because you can actually pick up a faint smell of something frying. Looks like there is one near where the kitchen's at.
Can I squeeze in through the window?
To the kitchen?
Sure.
You could certainly try. I guess at this point in time, if you fail, maybe you should not eat out so much.
Okay, yeah, I'll try and... Well, first I'll look in the window to see if there's anybody nearby.
There is.
Oh.
There's a cook, but he seems to be kind of like in and out. Like he's got something going in the kitchen, but then he's disgruntled and cleaning something else up as well.
Can I wait until his back is turned and like try and open the window further?
Yeah. 100%.
Okay. I'll try and do that, and
Okay.
then
Give me an agility check.
then fly through.
Sure. And that is a benefit of being able to fly. You don't have to climb. You can just kind of make yourself perpendicular and kind of float in.
Whoa! Double lot. Wow.
100%.
Wow, with no karma spent, no less.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
She's like, what?
She's locked and loaded, giving them both barrels.
I thread the needle in that window.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
So
The window's like this big, and somehow she doesn't even scrape the sides.
yep, like not even a hair out of place.
You didn't even feel a breeze.
So you basically slide in, kind of like you're sliding on a bed, sort of thing, and ultimate limbo test.
Sliding
Slide
into
on in.
home.
Yep, slide on in. He turns around and he's like right next to you. Doesn't touch you, doesn't even see you or whatnot. Like you threaded it that close. And you're like standing there, and he takes a moment. It looks like he's in the process of making a patty melt. So he's like flipping the sandwich at this point, and and letting it go. And he's got, because it's like a big it's not a hot plate, but I forget what they're called, but like when you do short order, so it's like it's all the hot counter, and so you lay out like
A griddle.
there you go, kind of like that. Yeah. So you can cook multiple things all at once on the same hot surface.
Right.
And that's kind of what he's got going on right there. So you have to wait, obviously, for him to move again, and you end up hearing this person going to the bathroom in the background. And as you're waiting, and then he like ducks into the fridge at one point, like he's getting he's getting something to go with this, and that's your cue. Like you can do a shuffle and get around him, and so you end up getting out of this kitchen, and there's a hallway. Part of the hallway goes out obviously into the clubhouse. You can kind of see it. It's just got like double door swings right there. And then of course there's like pictures of people who have golfed here. Like there's a little bit of decor here. And then the door goes into the back, which looks like at one point in time it said patio, but they probably pried it off because it's not a patio anymore. But you can see where you came in at. The hallway goes back a little ways into what presumably was the patio, which is probably the employee entrance that you saw.
I'm gonna say on the Crown Network. Okay, I came in the kitchen. Where are you? What am I looking for?
Okay, you're gonna keep going a little bit, and you're looking for just an area where they've stacked things up. I'm behind a stack of chairs.
Okay.
I seem to be near wherever the bathroom is, because Spectrum's been going for like a full minute and a half. I'm hearing it the whole time.
Is that what that is? I thought maybe there was like a faucet running or.
No, that's him.
Okay. Is he by chance a racehorse?
If you want to check,
You know
more
what?
power to you, but I just want to get out of here.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there. Okay. Hold please.
Oh, please.
All right, I'm gonna follow the sound of the bathroom.
Okay, so I mean, as soon as you start doing it, you turn and start going into the patio area. It actually stops. You're like, well, that doesn't help. But thankfully, as you turn and go into the what had been the patio area, you can see some of the stacked furnishings. Like there are two tables that are kind of laying up against the wall. Some good churchgoers probably stacked up a bunch of chairs. So presumably he's back over there. And then you end up hearing like this. Listen, do you smell something? And the door kind of comes open, and you hear a zip sound, and he's like, that is different. That's not supposed to be here.
And over the Crown, he's going to be like, make it quick. He's got a good smeller. He might smell one of us or both of us.
Okay.
Can you make maybe a distraction somehow to make him head somewhere else? Or I'm not sure how your stuff works.
Can I tell where he is, Jerome?
He's really close based upon what you hear. Presumably there's another hallway that also connects to this back patio area, which is in between you and the furniture that's stacked up. If you had to take a guess, he's probably right there. You just don't see him just yet.
How far are we from the kitchen?
You're on the other side of it.
Yeah,
like
well,
3 steps back and you're back in the kitchen area.
Okay, so if I create a distraction in the kitchen, he'll presumably go running into there.
Maybe.
I don't want to start a real fire. That could actually hurt somebody. Could I make an illusion with sound to sound like a fire?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's obviously not going to have the heat.
Right.
But
I mean, I
it
don't
will look and sound like one.
Yeah. Okay. Let's try that.
Okay. Give me a psyche check.
Green.
Okay. So, where are you planning on putting this fire?
Just like on the griddle, just like a big flambe, like something caught fire real quick, just to kind of draw their attention.
So the fire goes up real quick, and the cook back there, yells and screams something in Spanish, and he gasps in Spanish, and quickly runs to get the fire extinguisher at this point, and
then I'm gonna move out of the way of like duck behind something. So just in case, he can see through my.
From where you're at, there's nothing you can duck behind, but because it had been a patio, it's not like it's a one person. Like you can put yourself all the way up against a wall and get out of the way.
Could I put myself on the ceiling?
Yeah, float all the way up.
Let's do that. Yeah, we'll just kind of flat on the ceiling.
So you're gonna do the River Tam trick.
Yes.
She's gonna do the opposite of the Mission Impossible. She's gonna be like, but up high.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe like go on the ceiling towards the direct. That sounds really creepy. Yeah,
very effective.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what you start doing. You end up seeing this guy come walking out. He has like a black and a charcoal gray sort of outfit, clearly some kind of a uniform, and he's got like these goggles, wraparound goggles that go over his mask. He's got kind of a I don't want to say frumpy, because it's not frumpy, but he's got a lot of hair on his head that kind of comes up in kind of a Gambit sort of way. If that makes sense, kind of hairdo, because
Sure.
the mask, kind of sits right around here, and then of course he's got goggles around this. Give me an intuition check. Oh, he also has like right on his chest, where you'd probably expect like some sort of logo or whatnot. It has some sort of like a prism effect.
A rainbow.
Not a rainbow, but like a prism effect. But when the light hits it, yes, it does give kind of a rainbow effect.
That's kind of cool. Intuition. Ooh. I don't have a reroll.
All right. Well, you don't recognize him. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. He kind of walks right past you from where you're at, going to check on the fire at this point. And of course, the guy is spraying it down, trying to get the fire out. Brittany now has a reroll.
Okay. Does anyone else need a reroll?
But as you were making your way like across the roof or the ceiling, I should say, you do see where Black Mass is at. Goodness.
Okay. Is there an exit close to where he is?
No.
Okay.
So you would have to go back the way you'd have to go back out the employee exit or exit entrance where he came, or you could attempt to go like straight out the front.
How much can I carry with a EX20 strength?
We have been over that before.
I know, but
That
I
is-
can't remember.
That is well, then write it down. That is peak human perfection, 800 pounds.
Nice.
Okay, writing it down. And how much does Black Mass weigh?
800.
Yes.
801.
1
Yep.
million. No, about 260.
Because of the snacks we gave him in the car.
I think we've established that I'm actually literally the
guys.
heaviest one of our group.
Actually.
Okay.
Even heavier than Hyperion
Yeah.
because of my
All the
genetic
nanites and
makeup.
stuff. And
I mean, liquid is.
Which I'm actually probably
Liquid
heavier
is
than now.
pretty
Than I
heavy.
am. Oh yeah, because I'm heavier now because of the nanites. I'm 420 pounds.
Holy moly. Okay.
I'm dense.
Okay. I'm gonna quickly go into the storage space and say, well, I'm okay, so I'll say on the Crown Network, I see you. I'm gonna grab you and just fly out, okay?
okay. You're gonna cloak me too, right?
Yes, obviously.
Okay. Making sure.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll fly in there and kind of grab him around the middle and try and make
Oh.
my way out.
Okay. Keep in mind, he's a big boy. Tell him how tall you are.
6'6".
Yeah, try and curl up a bit.
Oh, all right. So yeah, he'll do that. Curl
Okay.
up a little bit.
Give me a psyche check.
Psych.
Yellow.
Ooh, okay. So you're keeping it up. So you have Black Mass ball back up a little bit. You pick him up as best you can. And so, which door are you flying? You gonna gun it towards?
What is the closest one?
The employee entrance and exit.
Okay, let's just do that one.
So you pick him up, and of course, that guy is still trying to spray it out, and you hear Spectrum at this point. It's like, that seems weird. It's like clearly noticing that he's been spraying it. It's not going out, and then of course you fly right out that door. And so he like turns and looks around. Let's see.
Ah!
I think Spectrum is down like 8 column shifts for some reason. Yeah.
Sounds
It was
about right.
9.
Yeah.
It was 9.
Oh, no, yeah, there you go.
9.
Does anyone else need a reroll, by the way?
Let me
I
check
do.
the Googles.
No.
I gave you one.
9.
I know. 9.
No. No.
Oh
Reroll.
my goodness.
Reroll.
Okay, so you go flying out at this point. Obviously, I mean, flying through a door hurts, but it's not like, it's all superficial. Just bah, bah. You use your handy dandy bowling ball named Black Mass and get right through that door, no problem. It almost came completely off
A
its
wrecking
hinges,
ball.
Yeah,
pretty much.
we came in like a
Well, you came out like a wrecking ball.
technically.
Tactically. So as that happened, you end up hearing Spectrum say, "Never fear, Spectrum is here," and something go flying out from the back of that patio. Even while you were moving and you were stealthed because he couldn't see you. Lightbringer, you get nailed with a fire lance or thermal lance.
Ooh.
You take a total of 50 heat damage.
Minus 10 for my uniform.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
50, so 40.
40.
Okay.
40.
So at that point, you accidentally drop the illusion.
The cargo.
No,
Oh.
you've got the cargo. Basically, you took that heat lance right in like your lower backside area because you were flying. Just crack.
Fragile.
And of course the shock of the pain from getting hit, it absorbs some, but you're gonna not want to sit down for a little bit, get some healing or something, because that's singed. But he sees you at that point and he goes, "Gotcha!" And now you're being pursued.
Can I do a fastball special?
And
You
throw
sure
Black
can,
Mass at him. Oh.
but I thought you were trying to get Black Mass out of there.
I know. Wait,
But-
so he did not. He's still inside the building?
He's coming out after you guys.
Mm. Okay. If we can make it back to if we can make a run for it, or
You're still flying at
Fly.
this point. You didn't.
we
you
can make a
didn't
fly
drop
for
one.
it.
Yeah, you
If
didn't.
we make a fly for it.
You didn't drop from the sky. You were still flying. So if you just want to keep basically running, you can.
What if I go high?
You could do that as well.
So would it have been obvious, even though like she's holding Black Mass and he's kind of like ahead of her, would it be obvious to him that she was like hit, especially because we can now like
Yeah.
see ourselves or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
So when that happens, he'll be like, "If you can stay aloft and keep flying, use me as a shield."
Okay.
Use my body to keep you alive.
And
Let's-
oh yeah,
Just make a run for it.
yeah,
Then we
just
can
keep
teleport
going.
back.
Bingo.
Okay.
Okay.
Lightbringer, give me an agility check then.
And with that, he's going to use his density manipulation on himself.
Oh!
Okay.
92. Red.
Oh,
Nice.
And green feet for density, so that's up.
Gringo. Green go.
Okay.
do you tell us anything over Crown Network? Do we feel anything?
No, you don't feel anything.
Okay, so we don't know this is happening just yet. All right.
You guys would, I mean, we're all communicating on the network, so you guys would probably be hearing this.
And if you're outside, you may have like seen or heard that fire blast and us flying
okay.
through the air.
I mean, they're pretty far away, though. Right?
I mean,
if it's the shed next to the pond, we're
They
We're not
would-
in the shed. We're at the.
Yeah, they wouldn't have seen anything just yet based on where they're at.
oh, okay.
Hey, Dale, tell your cat to keep it G-rated, okay?
What the cat do?
Really? You gotta be doing that right now.
I just
Thank
look up
you.
and I'm like, oh, hey.
Okay, I need to check something. Give me 1 second.
9.
Damn.
That's what you're going to roll, and that's what the answer is.
Unbreaded.
On paper?
I'm surprised this isn't in here. Oh, okay, never mind. All right, that's fine. Okay, so you are taking. So, what are you taking your density up to?
Let's see here. Well, let me pull it up. Density manipulation. The way that I had it just written down here, I wasn't sure if there was like a specific level I can bring it to, or just if it just activates.
I mean,
Because if I could
does activate, but it like think of it in scales. Like
Okay.
so, for example, if you go full density, as it indicates, you're effectively MN75 for material strength.
Right. I mean, I might as well, because I don't know how strong his beams are, so
Sure.
I might as well just prepare for the worst.
Okay. Just gonna be funny.
Is-
Okay,
is
so
is that going to make you too heavy for me to carry?
yes. So you make it like a fantastic like for a brief moment, Danger Zone's playing in your head. And you're just like da, 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 and then record scratches. He goes like straight from your arms, and because he's balled up, he's going straight in, and you just hear this, and like one of the mounds on the green just goes.
So I'm going to go, ah!
He did attempt to fire again on you, and you kind of barrel rolled out of the way at that point, and you can hear him actively calling something in.
Shoot.
He's trying to.
Guys!
Just keep going for it. I'll run.
Ah!
Pew, pew.
We've all got to be ready to head out the moment I get there.
Any luck on the thing?
We already said it.
Oh yeah, was Jake able to scan the boot?
By the time you get there, let me get a scan. Okay. So as you guys are kind of huddled around this like tree area and the shed and whatnot, yes. So he scans it, and it is confirmed. It is the marker
Nice.
for here, anyways.
Guys, we got the boot. It's the boot.
It's like a port key now. Everybody, quick!
Yeah, pretty much. Which one of the port keys was a boot, wasn't it?
Yep, it
I
was.
think so.
I was
Yeah.
going to say I seem to
On
recall
the-
that being the case. Yeah,
To the
Yeah.
Quidditch Cup, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Funny how things turn around.
Like an old like leather kind of gungy boot on
Right.
a hill.
All right. So that attack went out of the way. Lightbringer, you're leaving him. You're just fleeing back to where the others are at.
I think that's a bad idea. How fast does he run?
You don't know, but that is a great question.
As fast as he can.
He seems athletic.
He's fast can be.
He's got an agility of EX20, if that, translates into that.
Are you-
Somehow.
Are you sure?
Maybe. I don't
Okay.
know.
Over the network, do you wish me to engage and delay him to allow everyone
Oh,
to escape?
I'm sorry. That was black. You're talking as black bass. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agility is not what translates into the foot speed per se.
Oh, okay.
That's more just dodging.
I'd like
I
us
need
to
to make.
not-
Keep the game going. You got to make a decision. We can't have a whole lot of hyper.
This is not my strong suit, Jerome.
I know. So are you
Ah.
fleeing or staying?
No, I'm staying.
Staying. Okay. So next round. So Black Mass, of course, you have hit the ground. You suffer no damage whatsoever. The Greens, however,
Oh no, crime!
minus 10 karma for the property damage.
For him or for everybody?
It's technically a team
From the
action,
team?
so it is from
From
the
the team. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'll mark that.
We do have karma coming up at the end of the game now.
That's right. Okay.
In the form of a chameleon.
Karma, chameleon. Okay.
Sorry.
So, yeah, since he hits, he then, gets back up, of course, and he starts bolting for the rest of the group.
Okay.
Can I try and cloak him
You
and myself again?
can certainly try. Give me another psyche check as he is going to attack again.
Attack.
White.
Okay, so you are stressed. You're pulled in multiple different directions. Plus, you're keeping the crown network up. You're unable to get yourselves disentangled from the fight enough for her to cloak you. Black Mass.
Man,
Do we see this?
Man, I'm hurting.
Black
we
Mass.
see this now?
No, not as of yet.
Okay.
Black Mass. You a violet-colored light goes over your body, and I need you to make a psyche check.
Okay. He is also resistant to supernatural forces, which includes magic and psychic, if that comes into play. But I'll go ahead and roll psyche.
It is not magic, so.
Okay.
To sight.
Shoot. You know what? I'm going to re-roll that.
Okie dokie.
And, oh boy. Yeah, I'll just re-roll it.
There
Let's see.
you go.
Nice.
Let's
Okay.
go.
So as that violet radius falls over you, which looks like it was emanating from Spectrum's hands, for a brief moment, everything got confusing for a second.
Mhm.
But then you shake it off, and because you had already been taking a couple steps forward to start running away,
Yeah.
and you shook it off, but for a moment it was kind of dizzy and disorientating and didn't make any sense. But you shook it off, and you just keep running that way.
Okay.
Woot woot.
So Lightbringer, are you bailing as well?
Yeah, I'll. Can I cloak myself or no?
You could certainly try.
If I were to try and cloak myself, I could also theoretically cloak him at the same time.
That would still be a part of the same attempt. Yes. It's just difficult because you're stressed and you already have other stuff up.
But also, is he leaving tracks as he's tromping?
As heavy as he is, yes, he is.
Okay, then that's not a good idea.
He is clearly a heavy boy. Although he doesn't seem to be bothered by it. Like he's moving freely, like he normally would.
Okay, I'm going to make an illusion of. Let's see, where are we at?
An ice cream truck.
Is are there any of these trees between us and him?
They will be.
Okay, I'm gonna make an illusion of these trees like being knocked over and like blocking, like making a barricade.
Gotcha. Blocking the egress.
Yeah. So, Psyche.
Once again.
White.
All right.
You are not having a good time.
Okay, so he keeps progressing at this point and is in hot pursuit. While you guys didn't hear the initial fight, you very clearly hear something running that way.
Okay, get on Crown Network, guys. What's going on?
We're being pursued by Spectrum. He's got several different ranged attacks. Lightbringer was hit. She's making her way to you, and so am I. I'm on the ground. Be ready.
All right.
Let's try to intercept them, along with Shone. Shone, be ready to teleport us to the ship immediately. Once we're
Okay.
all together.
Well, we got to remember Jake is with us too.
Well,
He's
I mean, there's
carrying that-
everybody.
Yeah, he's
Everybody,
carrying
yeah.
that thing, so I don't want him.
If he's
hit.
carrying the thing, he can. Do you need assistance? I can carry that for you.
Who are you saying that to?
To Jake.
He says, no. He says, I don't want to jostling around in whatever you are.
It would be immobilized.
Goop.
Yeah, this is our only way to get around. If it's all the same, I'd rather keep it in my hands.
All right.
Over the Crown Network. Do you wish me to engage and delay pursuit to give you time to regroup?
That might work, because I'm going to need a moment to open the portal once we all get together to get out of here.
We will not need a portal. We will be able to teleport directly to the ship.
Oh, yeah, that works. Great.
We'll be much faster.
I'd rather not try to engage. If you can do something defensive to slow him down, that would be better.
Understood. So Heat Phantom will take off back in the direction the thumping is coming from.
Okay.
And the intent is to just blow by him at sonic speed very close and get past him to draw his attention back the other way and then circle back around to the team on a wide arc.
Okay, sure.
With the Doppler effect and just
Go ahead and give me an agility check then, as you are racing by him.
Oh, yeah.
pulled in a yellow.
Nice.
Okay, so you go racing past Black Mass as you see him like lumbering through and nothing stopping him. You go blowing right past the guy I've already described, Spectrum at this point, and make that sharp turn, around him so you can try and distract him. Okay, yeah. So you spin around and make that basically like complete lap real quick, kicking up all kinds of dirt. Not that there wasn't already attention drawn out here, but now people are looking at this going like, woo wee! And at that point, you end up seeing like this radius orange light kind of shine down, and everybody. So that's going to be Lightbringer, Black Mass, and Heat Phantom. Need to give me a check.
Can I post date that in a couple weeks?
It's
We'll
if
be out
you'd
of dimension. Who cares?
Yeah,
at
I
that
mean,
point?
if you'd like to hold off on it a couple weeks, that's fine. You could be blind until then. That's going to suck, though. Give me an intuition check.
I just don't have enough
Or-
bribes right
Not
now.
intuition check. Sorry, psyche check.
Just don't.
Everybody-
Karma.
Yeah.
Did you say everybody do a psyche?
Three of us are
the three of you,
you,
yes.
me, and Heat Phantom.
So how does karma add into the roll
Just add plus whatever.
syntax?
Yeah, you do the
Yeah.
normal thing where it's like exclamation roll and then whatever code it is, and then however much karma you want to add, you then put the plus symbol and the number, like plus 20 or plus 30 or whatever.
And that plus goes right on to the result.
It'll
It
automatically
does.
figure
Yeah,
in.
it automatically does it for
Yep,
you.
yep.
Yeah, because Psyche is only good on mine, so I'm thinking it's like 30. Would that be a reasonable add-on?
If you're
Well, what is yours?
He said
Good.
What's your score?
good. So then you would
You're
need at
good.
least a 46.
46. So if you had 45,
Yeah,
that would guarantee it.
which we can do that. That'd be fine. So you want to add 45 to your roll, go for it.
And that would come out of the team's karma pool or my karma pool?
Teamed karma pool.
Teams.
Okay, and you're saying 45.
That's what it's there for.
Exactly. Okay, now I've got to roll Psyche.
Yep. Ooh, good thing you did. Because you got a 53 with the 45. So you effectively rolled an 8.
That's how my dice just work.
Right. But you got a green feat. So there you go.
Okay,
And
Dale,
Black Mask gets a green feat too.
Dale gets a
I'm gonna
green.
take my chances. Also
Everybody
green.
gets a green. You get a green. You get a green. You get a green. Super
Okay.
green.
It is super green. All right, so so at this point that light goes up. It's a blinding flash that shocks the area. There's a momentary lapse where it's difficult to see, but it clears up quickly as you guys power through it, and all of you make it back to the shed at this point.
Bamf.
Okay. So then, since we're all there, yeah, like at least teleport us away, and then I can get us back to our dimension.
It was already established we're going to the ship because the ship is. Are we in the
The
ship?
ship is not in our in this dimension.
Yeah,
we left the
yeah.
ship
It's not?
in the home dimension.
Oh, okay.
That's
and we-
right. It's at the home dimension.
Yep. You
Yeah.
guys
Oh,
flew
okay.
out in the middle of nowhere for
But
privacy.
the initial plan was to teleport back to the spike.
Right. So we can always teleport right back to the salt flats though. So bam.
Yeah, because she was there.
Or
Right.
anywhere out there in the middle of the boonies ish.
Okay. So at that point, as she is starting her teleportation, you end up seeing two people appear in the air above where you're at. One person is commanding what appears to be some massive winds as they kick up and support the two of them. Looks like they teleported in. And the other individual, who is a female, or no, sorry, not a female, kind of he's in a mostly white outfit, very lean looking, as he motions, almost makes a chopping motion with his hands, as you see some sort of psychic bolt go flying at Shown, and then in an instant, of course, you guys are now back out in the desert of Utah, where you guys had first crossed over here.
Standing on a sea of what looks like snow.
Mm,
Good job. All right, I better start the
Make
portal
it quick. Who
Right.
knows if they can follow us?
Post
So he
haste.
goes ahead and uses his dimensional aperture, trying to head back to the home dimension.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and cloak us just in case it is useful.
Okay. Roll your psyche.
Should be calmer now. Let's hope. Hey,
Well,
there
my
you go.
bum
all
really hurts.
You're like,
Yellow.
Did we all
We're
see the
away.
blast at Shown?
What's that?
Did we all see the blast at Shown?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Is she showing any effect?
No.
No,
No,
we got away
you
before
guys
that. That's what
teleported.
you're
You guys teleported out just before that happened.
Just before she was hit.
Yep.
No, just before it hit. Before it hit. So it didn't
She
hit.
was not hit. Yeah, we got away just in time.
The bullet was flying at us, and then we disappeared. And the bullet kept on going.
Okay.
Okay, so I need a psyche feat. Okay, cool. Yellow on the psyche feat for casting the spell.
Abracadocus. Hocus cadabra.
Walla Walla, Washington.
Okay.
With a
So
pinch.
what'd you get?
Yellow feet for creating the aperture.
Nice. Okay. So you end up taking a moment to open that up, and it's like, and you look through, and it's nightfall. But you see the ship. Where
Right, everyone,
where you guys left it.
everyone through. I'm last through.
Bloop.
I will go through.
Okay. So
make sure Jake goes through.
Oh,
Jake
yeah.
goes through first.
yeah, Jake. Jake quickly. You'll go. He's carrying the device like a football at this point, just like. Tick, 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 tick.
Okay.
You got it completely covered and making sure nothing happens. This thing. And as you just before Black Mass, you go through. You end up seeing something pull Red Arsenal like away from you guys. So at this point, Black Mass is the only other person that's on the other side. Red Arsenal gets like yanked like you're being force choked.
Oh, who's force choking me? Where's my who dares? Who dares?
It's the individual in black armor that I posted about 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
Oh no.
Okay. All right.
And of course there's a group around him at this point, and so as he's got you and you're of course strangling at this point, and he says, "My doppelganger."
Guys, come back.
He's being force choked.
Mhm.
He's going to flip him the bird. Is there anything I can do to get out
Yeah,
of this force
I
choke?
mean, you're choking, right? It would
He's
be
Yeah.
it would be no different than someone physically
Oh.
choking. You can still try
Means,
and do
right?
something. It's
Heck
just,
yeah!
it's just,
Okay, I'm trying to get through. I'm trying to get through
oxygen
the
is
portal.
being depleted. No,
Yeah,
he's
okay.
got you right next to him. Somebody's going to have to try and help you out. He's
Oh,
He's pulled you completely away from the portal.
Okay.
Do we see this happening?
You see enough to see that basically like Black Mass has got this open and he's keeping it open, and then all of a sudden Red Arsenal's like on his way through the portal and then goes like the opposite direction, just like whoop.
Can I
Okay.
can I tell like who's the one that's doing it?
No, you guys are actually on your dimension at this point, so you can't see him. You'd have to step back across to see him.
Oh,
Jump
okay,
through.
so it's not like a two-way window.
Oh no,
Jump through
it
and
is a
be-
two-way
and be
window.
ready.
Like you can see, but right there in front of you only. It's not like you can look past it to either side. You have to step back through the portal in order to see what's going on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
As-
not a perfect view.
Okay.
As As the de facto leader, I will step back through.
I'm already jumping through.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you said, I'm jumping through.
I would like to use my telekinesis to fight against his telekinesis.
Okay. And what is your telekinesis rating at?
It is a
Lower than
GD10. It is a good.
Okay. So you can definitely do that. Let's go ahead and get everybody a chance to give initiative checks.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's going to roll 1d10, and then depending upon what your
Right. Intuition, right?
yes,
Is it intuition?
1d10.
yep, 1d10, and then plus your intuition bonus.
Oh, /R 1d10. Oh, of course. 1d10.
9.
Also 9.
Okay, so Davey, what is your intuition?
Intuition is excellent, but I get 2 from blah 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 blah.
How does that work?
Weapon specialization.
Okay,
I think that's it. Yeah.
no, that's a column shift. That's not for initiative. Okay,
Oh,
so
okay, hold on.
You rolled a 9. If
Yeah.
your intuition's at a 20, then you're at a 10 total. Derek, you said you rolled a 9. What is your intuition at?
I don't get any bonus. It's a GD10.
Thank you. So you were at a 9. Dale.
EX20.
So EX20. So what'd you roll?
Rolled a 5.
5. So 5 EX20. You're at a 6. Brittany.
My intuition is I am 40 and I get a +3.
What did you roll?
Oh, I rolled 4.
Okay. So 4 plus 3 is 7.
That's what the dice says.
That's fine. And Matt.
I rolled a 4, and my intuition is a remarkable 30.
Ooh,
Okay, so you've got 6 total.
+12.
Let's see here.
That's girl math.
Okay.
It's probably in super.
Ooh, I'm first for a change.
No,
Out
actually,
of
Davey
us,
is.
anyway. Oh, Davey is?
Yep, Davey's at 10.
All right.
How do you
All
get a
right.
10? Wow.
He rolled a 9 and he has a bonus to his initiative.
No, I rolled
from
a 7.
You rolled a 7.
Oh, I thought you said you
Yeah.
had a 9.
No,
No,
he
no,
said
no.
he had a 9, but
Yeah,
he rolled
9
a 7.
total. Yeah.
So you rolled a 7
Because
and you have an intuition of 20, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that's
And
an
I
8.
get 1 more for something else.
So with his bonus +2, he has a 9. So we're
Yeah.
actually
Well, I need to
he and
know
I are
where
simul-
the bonus is coming from because that I don't recall any skill giving that.
Okay, let me look at one of the older ones. Let me see if I can find it real quick. You know what? I can go on. Is it archery? Let's take a look.
Well, if that's the case, that means you're using something archery related. Like that's the reason why I need to know what skill it is, or I should say talent that you're drawing this from.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
Because if you're using your telekinesis, you don't get your archery bonus.
That's why I was saying that. That's correct. So what talents do you have?
I have, let's see, archery, marksmanship, acrobatics,
So
weapon
acrobatics definitely
special.
isn't it.
I think it's weapon specialization. Hold on.
Archery gives you a +1 to initiative rolls.
Okay.
With the bow
Okay.
in armed
Excellent.
combat,
Awesome.
and it gives you a +2 column shift to hit if you're using obviously a bow.
Nice.
So that's where you're getting that confused because the other stuff doesn't. So that makes sense. So if you're going to be using your bow,
Hmm.
then yes, you have one more higher on your initiative. If not, then you don't.
Oh, okay. Okay, so then it's probably. So then does my initiative go up when I pull the bow out?
Yep. Because you're better with the
Okay.
bow.
All right.
You're like Legolas.
It would be like a gunslinger not using his gun, right? If he's
Right.
using his gun, yeah, he's going to be faster and probably more accurate. If he's using a baseball bat, okay, I'm sure he's still dexterous, but he's not going to be nearly as quick.
Okay. All right. Let's shoot.
So that would put you at an 8. You still have your +1 because of your
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go with 8, just
Okay.
because I'm too close to use the bow. So
Okie doke.
yeah.
It's not just a bow.
Too sexy for my bow. Too
Oh,
sexy
that's
for my bow.
right. I still wouldn't get it. The thing though.
True.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now that I've got initiative out of the way, So they're up. So he has started to choke the ever-loving snot out of you.
Mm-hmm.
And actually while he's doing that, he draws his, well, he's telekinetically choking you, so he doesn't actually have to use his hand. So he has his bow out and is ripping off 2 shots at Black Mass.
Wow.
Thunk, thunk.
Would we be assuming that he still had his density up or no?
Yeah, he definitely did not have his density up currently.
Okay. All right. And okay. Do I have any chance to dodge this?
Well, you can attempt to dodge if you want to forego your action. That's basically like an evade. So basically the way these work is you can well, I should say, if you're attempting to dodge, it's going to make it harder for you to hit, but it makes you harder to be hit. If you're doing a full evasion, it means it's that much harder to hit you, but you can't attack back. But the benefit of evasion is that it could potentially put you in a better position to attack back. Your drawback is you're keeping the spell active.
Yeah, exactly. I really don't want to be hit. If I could be at full evasion, could I keep the spell active?
No, because at that point you are basically you're
I
like
see.
booking it like a full flanking maneuver, trying to get the heck out of dodge.
Okay, gotcha. Then what's the most I could do while keeping the spell active? Because like,
I can give you a dodge attempt.
Okay.
Like you're still basically standing still, but you're actively trying to dip. You're trying to pull the dodgeball maneuver.
Right.
Avoid the wrench while standing still.
Okay, that's what I'll try.
Okay, so give me an agility check.
Okay. Yellow feet.
Okay, so a yellow feet, if you're dodging, puts him at a -4 column shifts. That means it's going to be, you are actually going to have to give me a psyche check to keep your spell up.
Okay.
Okay, so here.
Green feet.
Okay, so spell is still active, so you're good there. Alrighty, so he's at a -4 column shifts. Which just barely negates all of his talents. Okay, so let's see how we do. He's a super villain for a reason, for crying out loud. Don't be saying that.
Right. No, yeah.
Or I'll just be
he's
giving
strong.
him some more rerolls.
9.
Where are we at here? This is very unbreaded. Okay, that is still a hit. I need to get higher than a 31. Oh. Okay, that's not good. Okay, so the first one you're probably, based on your stats, you could probably shrug this one off. We'll see. He ends up connecting with a neuroshock arrow, which it's designed to disrupt your bioelectric signals, stuns, or seizes the nervous system. So give me a psyche check, or sorry, a endurance check.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. You're probably going to be able to resist that. That's a good stat for you.
Green feet.
Yeah. So okay. So that stung, but did not do the clearly did not do the intended damage. Next one is against your psyche. That's a side break blast.
Okay. And let's see. Do I need to roll to resist that then?
Yes.
Okay. rolling psyche and green feed on that.
Okay. So you weathered the storm, but clearly not only does he have the ability to and what do you don't have anything for body armor up at this point, correct?
Right, but if that was psychic, was that like psychic damage that came out?
Psychic, but not magic.
Okay. Well, that seems to be fine. According to resistance to supernatural forces, it resists magic, psychic, and demonic effects.
Correct. So what that means is that magic can duplicate a lot of those things. So if magic is attempting to duplicate psionic,
okay,
then you're resistant to it.
Got it. Okay.
So still super helpful, but not necessarily against broad psychic attacks. But you still have a decent psyche regardless. So, okay, so but you don't have any
not like armor.
Armor, yeah. Really. So that is still a full 80 points of damage. However,
okay.
So stung, but the residual effects did nothing to you. So that was a little scary because clearly not only did those pack a punch, but they have some secondary effects you're going to have to worry about here that are going to put you guys in a bad place if you go down.
Right. Okay.
So that was his action. Silence is coming at. Let's see. So we have Xenofreeze, Heat Phantom, Lightbringer. You know what? Okay, Xenofreeze. Have another karate chop. Silence. Tang.
Ouchie.
Psychic bolt coming your way. That will be a hit. Give me a psychic check or psyche check.
Can I have some karma?
Yes, please.
I have a TY6.
Oh dear.
Yes, please.
So a TY6 for me to get a green would require me to have a 51.
Yeah, go ahead and spend 50 on that.
Okay. So TY, so roll TY plus Tree Fitty. Oh,
Nice.
I got a yellow. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So thankfully you didn't suffer any stunning effect. You did, however, take 50 points of psychic damage. Stang. Like so, as that silence goes flying from his mind, and you see it like project almost instantaneously across the field of battle. It strikes Xenofreeze, and when it hits, like in a half tick, he loses composition. So you see him like almost like blob up to to an extent, but he's still okay. He's still up. All right, so that was and then Dr. Hurricane is kicking up gale force winds and encircling the area around you with like a hurricane-like wind to try and keep people from leaving. And then who else? Let me pull this over here so I don't. Oh, well, that worked. Thank you. Okay. Oh, yeah, there we go. Forgot about that. Yeah, so you see a couple of different people who have come through at this point. This guy looks like he's got it's mostly tactical gear, but some of it seems to be fused to him, kind of like oh goodness, Bane from Batman. So kind of like that, like he's almost some sort of a druggie. He ends up like opening up his hands in a Spider-Man like motion, and something go flying at Lightbringer.
I guess I want to dodge. Is that?
That would be that. I mean, you can.
Is that how this works?
You can opt not to if you'd like, but yes, if you would like to dodge,
and that's agility.
That is correct. Or keep in mind, if you dodge, it's going to make it harder for you to attack back, but it also makes it harder to hit you if you succeed. If you full
What?
evade, then and if you full evade and you succeed, you're foregoing your action completely, but it gives you a leg up the next round. You basically have column shifts up because you've basically repositioned yourself on the battlefield in a better position.
Does my danger sense kick in here at all?
Well, it would either be your danger sense or agility, whichever is better.
Oh, they're the same.
Essentially, your danger sense is warning you something's coming.
It's like Spidey.
Okay.
Oh, no. But
Um,
since it's the same, it would be one column shift up.
Okay, so what did you say my options are? Sorry, my brain is crashing.
You can dodge, making it a little bit difficult for you to act on your action, but making it a little bit harder for him to hit you in this action.
Okay.
Or you can evade, foregoing your action completely, making it even harder for him to hit if you succeed, and giving you a benefit to the next round to attack.
But skipping my turn.
Essentially, yes.
I don't like either one of those.
Think of it as like a flanking maneuver.
I'm gonna dodge.
Okay. So your agility and danger sense will add together, giving you they're both 40, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's an AM50.
Yellow.
Okay, nice. So whatever he flung at you, at the last second, you see that they were like syringes, and you just go, whoa, and they go like flying like right over your left shoulder,
Gross.
off into the void somewhere.
Jeez.
And let's see, that leaves.
How many of these guys is there?
Frost.
Tres. I
3?
think.
Well, it's me, Hurricane, Silencer.
So
Bane,
there's
4.
Black Arsenal, Silence, Frost, Doc Hurricane, and Venomtronic.
5.
Holy moly.
Okay. And so Doc Hurricane's already done his thing. Frost is attempting to freeze Heat Phantom
Wait.
in place.
Is Spectrum not here?
No.
Great.
Why would Black Arsenal want Spectrum here? He's their version of
Oh.
Red Grip.
Yes, he is.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Well, not to mention, I think, isn't he a good guy too? Or is he a bad guy?
Who? Spectrum? No, he's a bad guy.
He's a bad guy?
Oh, yeah.
I think they're all bad guys. Sorry, Black Arsenal, Silencer, Doc Hurricane.
Frost.
And what was the last one?
Venomtronic.
Venom.
Okay, and that's the guy that tried to shoot me
Yes.
with his needles.
Correct.
Gross.
Dirty needles.
Gross.
So Heat Phantom, you know the options. You can attempt to dodge. You can attempt to just hopefully wait it out. You can attempt to evade. But Frost is focusing on you.
Well, I still want to act on my own. So I think dodging to reduce the chance of hitting me, but still giving me the options to
Sure.
get engaged will be the thing to do.
Sounds good. So go ahead and roll for a dodge check.
And that's just straight up agility?
Yep. Plus anything that might go into it, like if you have acrobatics or something.
What were these guys on?
10.
They're like 10s? Jeez.
Dang.
Yellow feet.
Okie doke. Not bad at all. That is going to give him or her a -4 column shift to strike you. I think she still does. Let's see. Yes. Okay. So you still get hit. You're not frozen, however, but a cryogenic beam flies from her hands and ends up striking you in the chest. So this would be cold energy, and you're going to get hit for 40.
Okay, you and I still have not, or you have not filled me in on my equipment's relevant stats. So I don't know if anything about my tactical suit applies.
So your tactical suit would match what the rest of the team has. So you should be able to absorb 10 of that.
It'll absorb 10 versus physical damage, heat, cold, and energy.
Yep.
Doesn't do it. Daggum thing against psionics. What? Oh.
Okay, so that is for that round of action. So we're at 9. So Derek.
Yay! Is there a general like I'm like jumping through? I landed right and I got hit with that. I'm like, and then kind of came back because this is all happening like boom, boom, boom.
How
boom,
is that
boom.
again?
Right. I don't want it to happen again. It was traumatic. Are they like somewhat in like this area, or are they just like all the way out and around?
No. They're
They're
somewhat grouped up, but Red Arsenal is in front of them.
Right. And how close is Black Arsenal to him?
Within hand-to-hand range at this point. He's just got Red Arsenal like choking in front of him because he's sadistic.
Okay. Then I'm going to freeze Black Arsenal.
Ooh.
Without not his head though.
Okay.
I'm going to freeze his body.
To do that, actually, Red Arsenal's in the way, so you'll have to reposition yourself to do that, which you can. And you didn't dodge, did you?
I did not. No.
Yeah. Okay. So no bonuses, no minuses. So you can move and attempt to
Like step out and be like.
Sure. Just know
Okay.
that there's a chance that you might catch Red Arsenal.
Okie dokie. I do have 20 karma still sitting here on my thing from I don't know how long ago. So I'm going to go ahead and use that.
Okay. So make sure
And-
that's gone.
It's gone now. Yep. I have no karma on my board. And then I roll agility.
Yes.
Okay, so agility is an RM 30. RM, I need a 35. I need a 36. So because we might be able to escape from this, do we want to spend an additional 15 just because?
Dale is muted.
We have it. So yeah, go for it.
Okay, so mark off 15 from the group. I'm adding the 20. That gives me 35. I'm going to add my 35 to my agility. So I roll, and it's RM M plus 35. I rolled a 132.
Okay.
Nice.
Mess with my butter.
Okay. So you put him. You managed to put him in an ice block.
And he's like,
Let's see. So that
Frigid.
was
I'm
That
hoping
was-
that disrupts him.
Derek. So Davey.
Okay, does him frozen, does he release the telekinetic grasp?
Well, of course.
No, he's that good, huh? Okay.
Well, he's psychic. I mean, if he was physically holding you, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
he got you in a psychic vice.
All right. So he's going
But
to
he's immobilized.
Oh, give me an endurance check before you do anything, Davey.
Sure. Endurance roll.
American
I'll lend him some of
Family
mine.
Insurance.
My endurance is incredible.
That's like my
Wait,
That's-
feet. I die a little bit.
Oh, white feet. Okay. So unfortunately, you black out.
Oh, blah.
he reds out.
Yeah, yeah.
True. Sorry.
Well, there goes my master plan.
Well,
good job, guys.
I mean, you've got regenerate.
Wait,
You
I
have
can re-roll.
Oh, yeah.
Brittany gave me one on April 26th of 2025.
So it sounds like someone's using it.
Let's go. Master plan away.
Before you do that, before you roll, are you going to put karma to it?
Yes. What does an incredible IN 40?
You need a IN 40. You need at least a 31.
Yeah.
So-
So, if you wanted to, if we can spend 30, so you
Okay.
insure a green.
So plus 30. Let's go. Green feet. All right. Wow. Okay.
Okay, Davey.
Yeah.
If you didn't stop to do that, look at what would have happened.
What would have happened?
Would have got a white.
Where am I?
You would have got a white feet.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
at this point, I mean, you're literally like you've got your hands gripping to nothing at this point.
Yeah.
But maybe you got a good gasp of air or something before he pulled you in, so you're not blacking out yet. You're still in this.
All right. He's going to bring the bow out, unsheath the knife, and stab him in the brain with the psychic knife.
Through the ice?
No, his head is still
encased.
open.
Oh, okay.
That's
Then give me
Because I did not want to kill him.
give me an agility check.
Agility. Do any of my
Although-
dealios?
Although,
hold on a second. Do you have any sort of like blades or
No. The only thing that would kind of is weapon specialization.
yeah, but weapon specialization means you specialize in a weapon.
Yeah. Okay.
And
no,
that,
I don't think
and that
I
was
got
your
one.
bow.
Yeah. All right. Let's roll it.
So it's gonna be
But
your
on the lighter
straight
side-
fighting.
hopefully he will soon pass out because his body is literally frozen.
Green feet. 59.
Oh. Ooh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, you drop, gasping for air at this point.
Nice.
But he released.
Let's go.
So that was Davey. We are now at Brittany.
Do I have any movement or no?
Okay, I'm going to hard radiation emission at the guy that looks like Red Arsenal.
The block of ice.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. I was catching up on my notes.
Yeah, so he's currently stunned at this point as Red Arsenal drove like a psychic knife into his head.
Oh no, that's good. You good.
He's a
Good job.
popsicle with a head sticking out. Like he's literally like an ice cube
Who's
with a
still
head,
free?
and then yeah,
Literally everybody else.
Oh,
all the other four.
that's right. Okay.
mobilized
Okay, the guy with the needles. I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay, let her rip.
Yeah.
So you're down a column shift to beam attack because you tried to dodge.
And that's agility, right?
That is agility, yes.
Okay. Green.
Okay, so you hit. Bam! So you have an IN40, correct? Or no, AM50. Right?
AM50.
Okay. Purple energy goes flying out from your tips of your fingers. Blam! Singeing him right around the chest area and leaving like a score across. So now we are at Matt and Dale.
Well, need to activate density manipulation to get that armor back up. So that's what he's going to do.
So as I understand it, with dodging, I can now only either move or do a fight action.
No, you can dodge and still attempt to fight. It's just if you dodged, which you did, it's going to be a little bit harder to hit because you're mobile. You're not out of position.
Okay, so there are several still in the air and some on the ground.
There's one in the air and the rest of them are on the ground. Doc Hurricane's the one that's up in the air right now.
Okay, so I'm not really in position to deal with that. So we have the freeze person and we have somebody shooting dirty hypodermics.
Yes.
Well, the freeze person has my attention. I don't want really to be dealt with that.
Okay.
You don't want to slow a speedster down.
Right.
So I will charge the distance and go into attack. I think I saw a rule somewhere, and I haven't been able to find it tonight. But applying a speedster's ranks as extra attacks, is that a standard or is that a different power?
That is something that does happen, but it's a power that allows for basically extra actions is what it ends up doing. Speedsters are something that tends to break most games, so I tend to rule on that harshly. It is something you can still do, though. But to start, since you don't actually have the power right now, it's just flat out land speed. But what is your fighting rank?
The fighting's decent. He is a remarkable 30 for fighting.
So at a remarkable 30, you can roll your fighting rank to see how many attacks per round you can get. If you get a green result, you'll get 2 attacks.
Okay, let's do that.
So roll that first. And if you get a white result, you still get 1.
Thank you for jinxing me. I appreciate that. So we will take our 1.
Oh well,
swing
you
away,
still get 1.
swing away with our stun gauntlets.
Okay, so running punch. Pah!
Yeah.
Okay.
And so then
It's just going to be a fighting check. Because you're literally just running up. But you're down 1 column shift because you dodged. So for punching purposes, it's going to be at an EX20 unless you have some talent that brings that up.
I do not.
Do you have martial arts B?
Nope. We didn't have enough ability to build that into the character.
Okay,
So,
no worries.
so EX.
So you're going to be punching at an EX accuracy for this round only.
Bazanga, yellow feet.
Ooh.
Nice.
Bullseye.
Okay, so that is a hit, and as a blunt, got to get he's gonna have to get or that gave him a slam result. So no
And these would
way! Oh, owie! Okay, so this doesn't happen often. So at this point, you guys see Heat Phantom, who was a little out of position after he tried to dodge and ended up getting attacked. But you could tell he recognized the threat. Like Cold is going to lock him down. He needs to do something about this, and he just speeds up, and he ends up punching. Punches a woman. He punches Frost so hard that she ends up going like 15 feet away, just like blah, 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 blah. As she spun and crumpled around on the ground from that hit. She's not knocked unconscious, but she is definitely loopy.
Right. So these are the pulsar gloves, lightweight shock gauntlets delivering stunning or paralyzing bursts upon contact. Pow.
Yeah. So, well, even if you didn't have that, you got
You hit her so friggin' hard.
Yeah, you got a grand slam. You got what's called a grand slam result, which means it's like one of those superhero person with strength connects with somebody with so much velocity that velocity translates into additional distance that they have to fly away because you hit them that hard.
Nice.
So, ouch.
Bam.
I'm just hoping the stunning damage takes her out of the fight for 10, 12, 15.
Oh no, she's definitely loopy. And if somebody can't help her, which if they had brought Spectrum, he could have helped, but so she is loopy at this point. Okay. So that is that round. So we're back at this point. So okay, so Black Arsenal and Frost are rocked. Doc Hurricane, with his gale force winds, now that he's got them all up around, is going to wing those needles back into Lightbringer. Oh
Dude.
dear.
Wait, it was. Oh, never mind.
So, Lightbringer.
I'm gonna dodge again.
Okay, so if you're dodging, go ahead and give your agility check. So you are, well, technically, don't forget you've also got your. Because we forgot about this. You've got acrobatics, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
So
I do indeed.
yeah, technically you're at an MN75 for dodging right now. You are fairly nimble.
Wait, what?
So you have danger sense is what?
40. So I
Agility?
literally add them 40 plus 40 plus a column shift.
So what you're going to do is, so agility gives you a column shift, or agility. Acrobatics gives you a column shift to agility for
Right.
dodging and whatnot. Because it's within one column shift, you're getting a bump to your agility because of your danger sense.
Since your danger sense and agility match, it's still going to give you a benefit of one column shift because of that, which puts you at AM 50, and then your acrobatics puts you to MN 75.
Nice.
Oh. Okay, so I'm up 2 column shifts essentially.
Technically, yes.
Okay. I was like, I don't understand how
but it's not
those
the
add
math
up to 75.
Yeah, the math. So basically, part of the math is because it's like two people combining. Like for example, this actually came up several games ago. I think Hyperion was trying to lift something, and somebody else was trying to add to it, and it was a combined strength check. One person had, I think, maybe 30. I forget who it was, and of course, and I think no, he had a 20. And Hyperion had a 40. Because they're not within one column shift to one another, there's no benefit. One person's just too strong. It's a way to kind of combine things a little bit, depending upon what you have going on with your character. So essentially, if you have two people with say AM 50 strength trying to lift something heavy, if they're both doing it, they're effectively at MN75 because they're relative to one another. They can combine that effort into something stronger.
Okay, so MN it is.
Yeah.
Red.
Let's go.
Yeah. So at that point again, Lightbringer sense tingling, and you're like, oh, and you just instinctively kind of like throw yourself out of the way, and now this time they come flying at much higher velocity because the hurricane wind hit the ground and shatter.
Okay.
So keep in mind you're down 1 column shift next round for purposes of attacking. So that was his failed attempt. All right, so we have... Who else here? Here we go. So Venomtronic and Silent. So Silence is going to... So Silence is going to attempt to drop Xenofreeze with another psychic attack.
Miss. 9.
Okay, that is going to be a hit. Why don't you give me a psyche check, Xenofreeze?
Do we want to do that again with my stellar psyche of TY6?
Yes, please.
Yep.
So 50.
Let's see here.
TY plus Tree Fitty. Evidently, I'm rolling hot and I don't need it, but you know what? It was worth the peace of mind. So I have 138.
Let's
Okay.
go.
So you took
Yeah.
the damage. You still, maintain cognizance at this point. But that, again, really hurt. That's another 50 points from that shot. Bang!
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And that doesn't count as an energy, does it?
No, it's psychic. Yeah, so no.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that does not. When it comes to psychic and magic are 2 energy types in Marvel that almost nothing defends against, which you guys found out when Red Arsenal was pouring it on with Tyrax.
Yeah.
Unless you have an actual psychic barrier or like a spell that defends against it or something. Yeah,
Or
those
your
2 types.
Xavier.
Yeah,
Professor
those 2 types you
Xavier.
generally have to take it.
Magneto's helmet.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Magneto's helmet. There you go. Okay, so Silence
I
hit.
construct
Xenofreeze.
my head to look just like Magneto's helmet with the nanites.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know who Magneto is.
Oh,
Magneto doesn't exist in either one of these universes, so
Dang it.
So I am
you
now
have an
Magneto.
interesting looking head.
All right. I am now Magneto.
Look at me. Look at me. I am Magneto now.
And all right.
So seeing Frost get drilled like a place kicker, only with a punch. Venomtronic turns and fires on Heat Phantom at this point to try and give him some of his drugged out love. No. He was still in movement and so those pepper the ground behind him, but not good enough. And that is their actions. So, ST word of advice, you have tipped the scales at this point. It is all of your actions. Red Arsenal has been freed.
Time to go. The portal's open, everybody.
The bus is here. Let's get the hell out of Dodge.
let's get
Let's
out.
go
Call.
to the kill. Oh wait. Okay.
Right, now she turns bloodthirsty.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah,
it was that crime earlier on.
yeah.
It's all built up to now.
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah. For,
Stealing candy from the gas station? Murder.
Pretty close when you think about it.
I know, yeah, just
You never realize how closely your morals are holding you back.
so Derek, Xenofreeze is up. He's gonna need some synthesized ibuprofen at this point, but he's still up.
Yes. Let's leave. And so can I move and
Mhm.
perform an action at the same time?
Sure. Do you want to run and form an ice wall behind you?
Exactly.
That's what I thought. Okay. Give me an agility check as you're running back.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm not on this. I'm not on the cursor. Dang it. No, not rule. Roll. There we go. Yellow.
Nice. Okay.
Yes.
So well placed. Turning, you just turn and start running, and a nice big chunk of ice there to put in between you, so it makes it a little bit harder to catch at range. Obviously, Doc Hurricane's not really going to have a problem, but the other two are going to have to reposition themselves if they're going to do anything.
Yes.
All right. So that was Derek. Davey.
All right. Resheath the knife into the bow and start running.
And bolt. Okay.
Bolt.
Bolting for it. So now we are at Brittany.
The portal's open, right? Are we?
Yeah, portal's
yeah.
never been closed. It's still open. It's just the problem you guys had was that Red Arsenal got pulled through, and Red Arsenal is free.
Okay. Can I say, let's go? And wait, is anybody else like still stuck?
No,
Everyone else, yeah, everyone seems like they're free.
the only
and can
one that's
move.
Okay.
the only one that's far away right now is Heat Phantom, and that's because he just gave, the five knuckle shuffle to Frost and
Right.
sent her into next week.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. Shoot, I'm the leader. I shouldn't go through first.
No, but as the leader, what
I'll
could
say
you
let's
be doing?
go.
What could you be doing to help?
I could cloak everybody.
You could cloak everybody. That would make it
Let's-
very hard to spot them as they retreated.
All right, let's try that.
Okay.
Sweet.
Am I down a column shift?
You're still technically down a column shift, yeah, but it's your psyche.
Okay. So that
And
moves
where
to
do you
IN.
at then with that?
So with a column shift down, I'm at IN 40.
Then if you spend 30, it guarantees a green result, and we have it. I suggest using it.
Okay. Unnecessary, but
Wow.
all right.
Okay.
That's a 128, which is a red result.
Okay.
Slightly.
Yeah.
It's a marginal red.
So that was at 98.
Yeah.
I rolled a
exactly.
98.
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. So
You've rolled like a couple 90s and 100 tonight.
I've also gotten like 3 whites. So
She's balanced.
Yes.
yeah, you should have saw her. You should have saw her in her downtime scene for Mythic Savannah.
oh,
She had to ask me to reroll damage and still failed.
Oh, shit.
it was bad.
Anyways, all right. So at this point, you tell everybody, "Let's go. Let's get the heck out of here." And all of a sudden, whoop! Everybody is vanished and invisible, thanks to Lightbringer's cloaking. So that leaves us with Black Mass and Heat Phantom.
Do they feel any different when they're cloaked? Can they tell?
Well, the comics never really talk about that per se. I always kind of envisioned it as the Invisible Jet syndrome from Wonder Woman. So you'd see yourself as a little bit of an outline, so you could
Okay.
tell that you were
feel
not there.
that you're like you
Those that-
look
those
at
that
yourself
are-
and you see that you're a little
Translucent.
less.
Yeah.
Yeah. A
Those
little
that are
less corporeal.
affected or under the influence of it are able to see themselves to some degree, but everybody else, it's like
They're suddenly
Yeah.
2-dimensional.
So
What?
that begs the
Do
question:
they
do we see
suddenly
each other?
lack personality? Is that what you're saying?
Well,
Ouch.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Matt.
So that leads to the question: are we visible to each other? or not?
Yes.
We're totally
Technically,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, yeah.
okay. So, Phantom's going to be motioning, Mask to get through because obviously
Exits.
Phantom can get
Stage
through a little
left.
quicker. So I guess it's kind of like a hold my action until Black Mask moves.
Okay.
I-
Yeah, because he can keep it open whether he's on either side, so he'll go ahead
Okay.
and go on through and not block anybody.
Okay. So with that, with quick actions, quickly with quick actions. Quickly with rapidity, you guys dash back and cloak yourselves and throw up an ice shield and whatnot, not only obscuring the vision but the field of combat, as well as not being visible and dipping back through that portal. And as you hear them scrambling to try and find you, of course, Black Mask immediately dismisses the spell, and in an instant, there's a crack, and there's silence. You guys are standing out here in the Salt Flats at night,
Next to my ship.
similarly as you had left.
Does
Oh,
everything look the same?
Yeah.
Do we all have the correct number of fingers?
checking for fingers.
Ah,
Let me
dang
roll
it.
intuition.
Do you say that out loud?
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I hold up
5,
7.
10, 9,
Oh.
8, 7, 6. 6 and 5 is 11. Yep, good.
I hold up 7, and then
We just
I
learned
hold
something
up
about Red
3
Fang.
on the other hand.
Do you by chance have 6 fingers on your left hand?
Right. Yeah.
They switched.
Any casualties? Do we have everybody? Does everybody have all their limbs? And
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, at that point, Jake is like, "Okay, can we stop saying that? You're making me think jumping through dimensions is going to cost me like a limb or something." And he's like, patting himself down just to make sure.
I wasn't able to see the entire fight. I'm just being thorough.
I need to go into my ship and get some sort of sustenance because what effectively would be a headache.
Yeah, I could use a real soft cushion right now too.
And I don't have a head, as per se. This is a new feeling for me.
Seems like most of us need some time to rest before we jump to the next place. And we need to figure, Jake,
need to make a
while
better-
we're resting, if you're able to use that next boot that we got to figure out where we're going next.
Should we head home first?
Well, yeah, of course, because we should check the time and make sure that the date and the time is correct because we have a date with the slave caravan.
That is a good point.
That too.
Helios, do you read?
Affirmative. Helios is here.
What is the date and time?
You have been gone approximately 2 hours.
Okay.
And so Jake at this point is like, it should have been more exact than that. Sorry.
Well, now we can use.
I'll work
that
on
to
that for
fine-tune
next
it.
time.
Okay. All right.
We were
let's-
gone for what was it, like a few days
No, probably
or 2
half
days?
day or
something?
almost a day.
You
Yeah,
were gone
probably
for
like-
over 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. Let's head home. Seatbelts, everybody.
He said, Jake at this point is like, I don't really have a place.
Yeah, you do. It's with us. for now.
I mean the vein.
Yeah.
Right. Like, is there some place I can crash?
Yeah, you can
Yes.
stay there.
Okay. I'm probably going to need those tools anyways to fine tune this, and because it shouldn't have been that far off, spatially. I'm sorry, or temporally.
Hey, it
Okay.
still worked.
I think that's a pretty good first foray.
Yeah. And maybe you can work on the scanner. Maybe it could.
Yeah, we could definitely upgrade that while we're
Yeah.
at it.
Maybe.
I can get some sleep first, though, right?
Yes,
okay.
definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
We have plenty of sustenance and a place for you to rest your head at the vein.
Okay. And with that, we'll go ahead and stop there as everybody is retiring finally to the vein to rest and relax and heal up. So before we continue, we have RP votes we need to give out real quick. So we're going to start with Davey.
I'm gonna go. Everybody took hits tonight. Everybody really pulled their own weight tonight. Gonna give it to Brittany because she was cloaking us and dodging and weaving and yeah. Brittany.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Brittany.
I'm gonna go with Davey because he had to play 2 people tonight.
Okay. So Matt.
I'm going to go with Brittany as well for the leadership role and the kind of keeping everybody in communication and working together.
Okay. Dale.
Same, Brittany.
Okay. Derek.
I'm gonna be totally unbiased for everybody here, Shone, because she teleported us.
Oh yeah,
She
Sean,
was,
yeah,
she
okay.
was pretty important.
Yeah.
That is true.
But it makes no bearing is the reason why it's an irrelevant vote.
Okay, so Brittany, you win the RP vote. Make sure that gets down in the notes, guys. So our next game is going to be Wednesday at 7 p.m., which is our Rifts Survivors Dawn game coming up. And then after that, again, the following week, which would be, let's see, the 20th and 21st. That we'll be back with Music Savannah at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And on the 21st, again, we'll be back with this one at 6 p.m. So thank you guys all for hanging out with us, and we will catch you again next time. Good night, guys.
Good night.